There must be darkness before light can shine. We're giving a voice to the voiceless, and we are honoring those and those left behind who have given the ultimate sacrifice. So we the people, raise up your glass. There will be no fear here, where light is eternal. You have found the two-step tribe. Welcome home.
In the glow of a screen, with hope in our hearts, celebrating freedom, we'll play our parts. From football fields to the ring of a fight, we hold our heads high in this American life. Raise up your glasses, a toast to the night. For service and sacrifice, we shine a light. With boots on the ground, we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand with no room for fear. Here's to the heroes remembered in song. With every sweet note, let our spirits grow strong. In unity, laughter, we'll rise and we'll pray for freedom and honor, come what may.
Hey, how's it going out there tonight? You are with the Two-Step Tribe tonight, live. I want you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. You're going to be able to interact tonight with your favorite artists that are on Two-Step Tribe. Again, Unc is on his way. He is held up with the Springboard Festival. It's a great thing for all of our individual artists, the indies out there. And our mission out here on a Tuesday is to support people. Number one, let's help people in general. There's no specification. Just because Patriots is in this show, that means good people. I want to reiterate that. Say thank you to 107.5, The Swamp. Tonight, we've got a couple of artists in here for you to just let you take a look at, and you're going to love it. It is none other than Bubba Westly, right here out of Texas. And I also have a big surprise for you. I have 100-meter scream. So welcome to the tribe on Patriots Inside The Wire tonight. Joining me right now is Mr. Bubba Westly. He is actually turning into the co-host is what it looks like tonight. Hello, Bubba.
Hey, Tracy. How are you? It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, hey, thank you for jumping in here. I mean, yeah, you're literally sitting in that co-host seat like right now.
Well, I'm here. I'll sub in for UncleRyano right now if he needs me.
Nah, you are no stranger. Yes. So everybody, UncleRyano is pretty well known out there, just coming back into the industry. I am back into the industry, different reasons. And so we want you to know when we use this word tribe, hashtag tribe, you're going to see it everywhere. Two-Step Tribe is our show, and that is showcasing independent, not only artists, but there's companies, there's different things that we love to showcase, but you're always going to have music. Music is medicinal to me, Bubba. I don't know about you.
I think it's to everybody. I think it's medicinal for everybody.
It's like a universal language, and that is what I love about it. So I want to say Thank you. I can already see you tuning in. I can see your messages. Please be sure to share. You're on Patriots Inside the Wire with Two-Step Tribe, Mr. Bubba Westly. Bubba, where do you want to start? This man has done radio, but I caught him in a show literally last year. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know who you are. Damn, baby. Bubba.
Well, what's up, Tracy? We can start wherever. You know what I'm saying? This is, I'm here to flow with you. And whatever you need from me on my end, I have an answer for you or question if out there. If you got any questions, y'all be sure to hit it up in the comment section. And we'll answer as we go.
That's right. So on Two-Step Tribe, which is under the production company Patriots Inside the Wire, we support several radio stations and networks. So I want to make sure with 107.5 Swamp, our Texas crew, Texas Brew out there in the music scene, we love you too. Man, that rhymed and I didn't even try. We also really love Heroes Media Group. We can't do it without the broadcast. I want to say thank you. We have something popping up for you with Roku, as a matter of fact. And we'll get back to you on that one, as well as something else that I really want to tell you. I have a hard time, man, Bubba, because I'm a truth teller. I'll get on here and I'm just like, whoops, you're about to spill something, woman.
Yeah, that's the hard part about being how would you say, the way that you just interpret with people. Interpretator. I don't even know if that interpreter.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said it.
Yeah, we are interpretators. We are not interrogators. How's that?
No, for sure. How about
That's
that
a
one?
new song. There you go, Bubba. There's your new song. I can hear it. So, Bubba, I got to ask you, Damn Baby. It's funny. I got the call today, and you've got several videos out there rolling with your new song, everybody. It's on the chart, hitting high in Texas. But I had someone actually send me a message and say, did you know that Damn Baby was not in certain platforms? Bubba's just really, really good at getting these reels going. And I said, actually, I do know. But Bubba, I got a question for you that a lot of us have a question about in this independent world, this virtual digital era of music, and everyone's trying to support themselves. What app? I'm going to ask you, what have you found to promote yourself in these videos that you were able to cross that over with Damn Baby? What do you recommend?
Oh, when I know which video you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I use an app called CapCut, but what I do is I just I look and see. So here's the thing, is you can run into some copyright issues. So obviously when you look at that video, there's no nobody's name in there. There's no labels, nothing that copyright infringement that I'm doing, but I do use a lovely app that has been around for a long time to watch videos on. And I just screen record it from there. Then I kind of crop everything out and I just put my own flair on there. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of but CapCut is the app I use to run everything. Now, if you're on a computer, obviously use Adobe. Adobe is amazing. But when I'm on my phone and doing something quick, something like that, I think I made that reel in, 30 minutes.
Yes, I'm going to say, so everybody, if you're curious about what we're talking about, instead of getting into that subject, check out Bubba Westly on Instagram, and you'll see his creative talents. But what you're going to find, it's hilarious to me. So I do want to put the point out there that, yes, that is his song, but this man is creative. So, and I did know the truth, because I will actually send you some footage that you can really use, and you'll really mess them up. You'll be like, oh, dang, that's some real footage. I got that for you. I see you out there in Canada. Shout out to you. Shout out to the radio station. Shout out to Dell Nickelback. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Love it. We got our producers, radio station, Bubba. Obviously, right now on the charts, we've got Damn Baby. You've got a couple others that I love too, but your fans right now are really loving that song. And when I see someone holding a guitar, I don't usually have them come on unless they're like, hey, yeah, I'm going to use it. Are you going to use that guitar tonight?
Oh, you know what? I forgot it was still in my hand. We was in the backroom party and I was just messing around on a guitar and wasting time. I can, I guess, if it's in tune. I don't even know if it's in tune or what it sounds like. No, it's a little out of tune.
I got your music, so we all love this part. There's a lot of people that tune in and go, you know what, man? It's like the old days, the singer-songwriter sessions.
I mean, I could throw it in there.
I think you should do.
But I'm just, I gotta find a tuner and I'll do it for you, Tracy.
You got it. And I've obviously got your music in here too, but people really love it when they have someone here and we've got an actual guitar on. What I'd like to do is go ahead, Bubba, because it's you and I up here. All right. And we've got 100-meter screens with us tonight too, waiting. Wait, everybody, don't leave. They know when their time comes on, but I love for each artist to meet each other on air and give you both sides. Like I'm about to blend two sides of the music genre because we are about all genres around here. So shout out to Texas because I know how it is. I love you all. So there. It's called being independent. That word. Let's do a song about that, independent. Bubba, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think of the new intro?
The new intro that was in it was very cool. It seemed like y'all got some good footage for that, right?
Well, we'll talk on back channels. I
know. I'm just teasing. I got
Yeah,
y'all
no,
though.
I
It looks
love
great.
I like it when it's organic and laid back like this, and so does the audience. Thank you. Hey, I see you out there at 1821. Love you. Bubba,
Yes, ma'am.
look, like baseball, sports, that's your first love. Am I right?
Yeah, and it's still my love. I got it. I still play in a grown man's league to this day,
Oh,
like not a softball league, a hard pitch league. But yeah, I grew up. I'm actually coming home from baseball practice with my son right now, and
cool.
that was kind of always been my thing. So baseball, fishing, and music. Those have been my three that I just have loved my whole entire life, and I've always kind of just done.
That's an apple pie story right there. That's a song waiting to happen. I
Oh,
love
for
it.
sure.
I love it. So here we are out of Texas, both you and I, but of course we are worldwide right now, 195 different, not in this country, but other locations worldwide.
Very cool.
As you're
Very
on
cool.
Patriots Inside the Wire with Two-Step Tribe tonight on Central Standard Time. You can find more about us on every channel, just like you can every artist that we have on. Hit up Patriots Inside the Wire and follow, subscribe, and we're going to get you your music out as well. So
That's for sure, man. Yeah, I'll
Bubba,
definitely give
was
that comment.
your first when you played? So everybody out there in Texas has a great group, and I got to do the shout out because I do, and I don't work for them. I do this because we're about a community of artists. They're just supporting each other. But the Texas Regional Radio Music Association is a wonderful, wonderful event that is coming up. So I just love to do shout outs and let them know that, Bubba actually played there last year. And that is where I first ran into you, like physically, personally. And then prior to that, it's been the radio world. But running into you there playing, and then now 1 year later, almost, is coming up, Texas Regional Radio Music Association, the awards from your fans. I'm saying thank you to them because it takes voting to get where you're
Yeah,
at.
absolutely.
Now, what are you nominated for, Bubba?
I'm nominated for New Male Vocalist of the Year.
That's right. New male vocalist. Who are we beside? Who's your, are we friends?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I know Sonny's up for New Male Vocalist as well. Sonny Salceda.
Oh, yeah.
Hudson Westbrook, he's up for New Male Vocalist of the Year. Chase Crouch is up for New Male Vocalist, and I think there's one more. I'm sorry, I just can't put my finger on who the other one is. There's 5 of us. But
You see how I made you do that? Because you're the artist that's in the category, and I am not. But I want to make sure that we give some love to everybody out there. Every one of those names you just mentioned
for
are
sure.
on the show all throughout March. Shout out to Sonny. He's on. You'll find a lot of things out there with Sonny. Shout out to them.
Very cool.
And so T3R, I'm doing a shout out. I got a call earlier today, and I just want to say that we appreciate you. We love you for everything that you're doing in the music world and the independent world, as we're independent with multiple locations and a show. 107.5 The Swamp is our home base as far as radio, but we are also with multiple radio stations. That is why we're able to help specifically in Texas, but then we can go outside of Texas, break down some walls, and pull in someone like you're about to see, 100-meter screen. So, Bubba, how did you go from your radio sports up on the stage, and now we're at Damn Baby? How do you wrap that up for me?
How to wrap it up? Well, so while I was in college, that baseball just didn't work out. Had a knee surgery. Had a few things that they kind of said, hey, we can't give you the scholarship that was originally I was supposed to get. And the same time, a reality TV show that you can sing on was coming through town, and I tried out for that show, and got one of those fancy little tickets they give away to you. And I went really pretty deep on it, and then I kind of got cut, and I came back, and I was like, you know what? I really like the town of Lubbock. A buddy of mine was going to music school out there, and it just kind of dragged me there. So I said, let me go ahead and see if this music thing is for me. And I ended up going to music school out there in Levelland, Texas, and I never looked back. I think I did insurance for a little bit. It didn't work out. And then I was a relations consultant for a company out of DFW, and that didn't work out as well. So I just figured, I think God just keeps putting me back where I'm supposed to be, which is in music. And here we are. But things have definitely progressed,
Awesome.
in the last few years, for sure.
Well, they definitely have. I'm glad you stuck to music. It's very, very, very medicinal. We have our co-host. I can see him. He's been on the road. Springboard is happening. We've got a fest. Big part of that. I'm going to go ahead and bring him up, Bubba, our co-host here, which is sure. Mr. UncleRyano. He got the late stage presence. UncleRyano, how's it going?
What is up, Bubba Westly? What is up, beautiful Tracy Two-Step?
How are you?
Girl, I didn't think I was going to be able to get here till all of Bubba's kids were graduating from college. I was trying to get in my damn hotel and get settled up, and there's a sweet girl downstairs. But I'm telling you right now, when you're running late, that's when you feel it, when everything else is running late too. And that sweet girl, it would take her 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes. That's all I'm telling you. But we finally in here. We in it right now. Made it.
That's cool, man.
How you doing, Bubba
David?
Westly?
What's up, David? How's it going, man? I saw David that just chimed in.
You know David as well, Bubba?
Oh, yeah. Yes, my buddy out of Kentucky, man. I work with a lot of veteran organizations, and I was introduced to an organization I work with out of Houston.
Sounds good to me. The same here. I usually don't go into it. We'll have to talk on back channels, but that's how I know him, and that's why we're on Heroes Media Group. So UncleRyano there as the host of the Two-Step Tribe is getting settled in because he has been working on this festival that y'all really are going to want to know about on a different show. We're going to give you some of what's going on behind the scenes tonight. Bubba, how do you feel about turning on the radio, or your friends are on the radio going, hey man, I just saw damn babies on the freaking rolling in the car?
I don't think those videos will ever get old. When people send those, my Snapchat today, I guess they played it a few times because I was away from my phone, and I try to stay very, very personable with all my fan base. And so when I run my own Snapchat, I think that's pretty much, other people kind of watch other social medias, but I opened my Snapchat, and I've had the most messages after I posted that video this morning that I've ever received on Snap that I've ever looked at. And so I think it was like 40 messages from people that were just writing and sending me videos throughout the day of that radio station out of Houston, spinning my music, which is awesome because my mom told me a story about when I was a kid. At nighttime on the weekends, you could call in and request whatever song you wanted. And I would call in every weekend, and I would call and request Carrying Your Love With Me by George Strait. And I would stay up until they played that song. And it's just kind of so full circle kind of moment, because now it's like I'm listening to myself on this station now. And I never in a million years would have imagined that country music was where I would end up in life.
Well, there's some ripples, Bubba, that I don't know if you've thought of them or not, because you and I haven't hung out off camera. But I will tell you, when I was 10 years old, my stepdad that's back when they were doing the busing, where they bust you all the way across the city to the other side. And so all the kids had an hour plus ride to school every day. So my stepdad, he worked in the oil field. He'd give me a ride to school. And in that OLTD, there was a song that would come on, and the lady's name was Lacey J. Dalton. And the song was called 16th Avenue. And there's not a damn rhyme or reason why a 10-year-old kid would just be fixated on the melody or whatever, but I was. And I just thought that was the song just got to me, but I thought it was just about a bunch of people hanging out on the street. I didn't know that one day I would become one of those people on 16th Avenue writing music on Music Row in Nashville. Well, the reason I say this is that directly with what you got going on, your music right now, there's a 10-year-old kid somewhere that's listening to what you're doing and you don't know it. But not every ripple becomes a tsunami, but every tsunami starts with a ripple. And the more that your music goes out of you, that's a piece of you forever. And it's going around touching all these other people in ways that neither you nor I nor Tracy nor the listeners can even fathom. But it's going to happen. And that's freaking awesome to sit back and watch that happen.
Yeah, no doubt. I guess I've never looked at it from that perspective. So I appreciate that, man. That really is. That opened my eyes to something that's crazy to even think that. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You're doing it. You're doing it right now. Just being the best version of you, being your mom and daddy's son, going out there to the world and being a representative of who and where you're from. And that's going to connect with everybody as it already has.
Thank you. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm trying to do. It's just myself. I always tell people, what you see is what you get, because I'm not that type of artist that changes persona when I walk off stage. This is me. This has always been me. You either can like it and jump on the train, or we'll catch you down the road.
Yep. Facts.
Yes, sir.
So what did I miss? I know it was some good stuff while I was wrestling and battling. Tell me something good.
Well, we're just now going to get into his songs. We were able to say hello. We've got 100 meter scream, everybody. Got to keep reminding you. Uncle Rhino here loves to blend in one side with the other, and I'm all about it. So we've got some friends of the tribe here with us, with Bubba Westly tonight, and Uncle Rhino joining us on Two Step Tribe again with Patriots Inside The Wire Productions and Star Spangled Banner Productions and Crash Down Music. I am not going to do my radio voice. We are independent right now. I'm glad that y'all are doing good. I know that as well. So I get to interact with the audience, y'all. So it's pretty cool. I love hearing from you. I love hearing you with each other, and then taking some questions and different things from the audience out here. I do agree with you very much. So by the way, David's daughter is jamming to your music. Bubba, tell me about your connection to the service.
So my grandpa served, my brother served, my family served, my best friends, one of my cousins, he served. I've always been around it. I always have told people too, I don't think if I would have got out of my small town with baseball, I probably would end up in the military too. And so I've always just been attracted to it. I support everything you guys do and all the military service men and women out there, man. I'm one of those firm believers by 1,000% that say, if we didn't have a military as strong as ours, we wouldn't be having this podcast right now. And I truly mean that. And that's a lot of people they just take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? Nobody respects that enough. And I'm just one of those guys that does respect it. I give a shout out to all the service military members and even just service members in the United States. Every night at my show, I make it a point. And that's just because of the type of person that I am. That's how I feel. And I will always support it 1,000%.
We love that.
Yes, sir.
We love that. We'd like to point out when we say patriots, we're talking about good people. So you don't have to be in the military. You don't have to serve to be on our show. It's about all genres, all music. But your feelings and your sentiment is very much what I love to hear. So I love to hear that. But the reason we're in this situation is because we all get to be individuals. And that's a great thing. And that is, There's a reason. So freedom of speech is a big thing. And that also happens in music. So being able to express yourself in your songs, you don't have to worry about that. So Damn Baby is one of your hits right now. Where did that come from?
So Damn Baby was actually the first song that I've ever released that I was not a writer on. So the guy that wrote this song is a multi-award winning, multi-platinum selling artist Bernie Nelson. He wrote songs for Kenny Chesney, Conway Twitty, Kinfolk, Kevin Fowler. I mean, the list, Kyle Park, the list is, his resume is one of the most amazing resumes I've ever seen as a songwriter, you know. And this song just happened to fall in my lap from one of my promoters. Wrote me one day and was like, hey, what do you think of this song? And my wife and I were actually in Mexico. We were in Cabo, and we listened to it, and she was like, I got chills. That's your song. And we looked at each other, and I was just kind of like, man, that is right up my alley. That's exactly something I need for this next record. And ended up pushing a record back to really put our time and effort, because we fell in love with the production of the song. We fell in love with this song, and we put it out. And originally this song was released by Montgomery Gentry.
Mm-hmm.
And so they released it back, if I'm not mistaken, about 10 years ago, 2014, 2015, around there. And so they released it. I guess they never released it as a single. And when I heard it, I was just like, yeah, I got to have it. You know what I'm saying? So we cut a version of it. We pitched it around to, radio program directors, just industry professionals. And everybody came back and was like, that's your song, bro. That's you, that's how you, and I already was coming off of 2 songs that were super successful on the Texas country charts. And so when we released this one, we had a lot of momentum, and this is just taking a totally different, I've never had a release this high. I've never had a release this strong. 4 weeks in a row, we've debut charted on 3 different charts, and I've been the highest debut on each of those charts, the highest gainer on each of those charts. Just it's an absolute, blessing. It's there's not another word for it, because I've never had releases like this. The way that things are happening right now is just a blessing, man. And so me and my wife have just been, and my guys too, my crew.
This ain't the destination, though, baby. This is just the bounce.
Yeah, for sure.
You're getting ready to bounce. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. We're really feeling it too. The phone calls we're starting to get, the emails we're starting to get. It's just like, there's been endless nights, bro. And what I mean by endless nights is there have been nights where I'm just like, am I doing the right thing for my family? And
as long as you do it with your family, you're doing the right thing.
No, we are. Yeah, we've definitely been through those dark clouds. You know what I'm saying? And I've really just starting to see the other side of that hill, and we're taking every bit of advantage of what God's given us.
Yeah, Bubba, I have something here. I did notice that we do have a lot of our independent artists who are also in what we call tribe. And that means you're part of the family, you're part of an independent industry in music. #tribe. Got to point that out. I had a lot of people.
Bubba's in it now. He can't get out.
Yeah, for sure.
Bubba's in it now. Yeah.
He's
Bubba's in it.
#tribe all the way.
Yeah, he's tribe.
Well, I'm proud to be part of the tribe.
What
guys.
you missed, we'll do it on the back channels, was that I let him know that I was that person in the room that I was like, what the hell? Why am I in? I usually hide, at these functions, and I just go hang with some friends and write and do other things. But it was a unique year last year, and that's the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards.
Yeah.
We do not work for or with anyone, but we support everyone. So everyone out there in the music industry with what's coming up, we support you. We know what it is to put on a show, put on a music awards. Hank, just put on a festival, a stage. If you have never built and put up your own stage, sound, lighting, then maybe I'm weird, but I have actually even contributed in that way. So Bubba, I bet you've been on every end too, right?
I have. I really have.
See?
Yeah.
I
actually was a touring musician before.
Yeah.
I decided to go, you know what? I'm going to write and sing my own songs, because that's just the way
the way you roll.
And differences in that band that I was with at that time.
We're starting to see a resurgence of that, because back in the 90s, early 90s, when I broke out, that was my era breaking out and then going to Nashville. and we were all touring, playing musicians. We were working musicians. We knew how to book.
No.
We knew how to brand. We knew how to fix problems with gear on the fly. You know, what's the running joke? You know, you're a professional musician if you spend $80 on fuel, 2 weeks solid with 6-hour days practicing. You got $1,500 worth of gear just to go play a gig that pays $50 a night. That's how you know you're a professional musician, right? And
Heard
so,
that.
yeah. So, I mean, we all did that back in the day, and I see a resurgence. I mean, what is it on your side? Are you starting to notice that where a lot of these cats are going back to the grind again? Because there for a while, it was everybody was internet famous, and internet
Well,
famous ain't
yeah,
the same.
no, and I mean, to be honest, if I can be transparent with y'all and everybody watching, that whole COVID internet thing ruined the industry. And I hate to maybe not ruin the industry because it opened another avenue for us artists to make money on and get monetization on. But what I mean by that is it turned from being the last bit of seeing an industry that was valued true talent to an industry that just valued numbers. And
Oh yeah,
unfortunately, that's just the industry that we're in. And I'm sure everybody can look back and go through history and say, well, the talent and the numbers has been through there for years. But if we really sit down and we want to get real and we really want to tell everybody, hey, this is what we struggle with as an independent artist, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's all about numbers, man. And the reason I know it's about numbers is because the last year or so, the analytics for me have been as high as they've ever been in my career. And we're noticing all of a sudden the venues that I reached out to 5 years ago are in my inbox. The management companies that I reached out to 5 years ago are in my inbox. And so you're just thinking, oh, okay, so my numbers have quadrupled, doubled, whatever you want to talk and look at. But now, because my analytics are getting high, you want to notice how talented I am.
You
You
know,
know,
on that point, for the other people listening, and there's an old road hammer talking to a beautiful young man here that's kicking it in the butt. I'm gonna tell you, you did all those numbers without all those people in your inbox.
yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
you did that without them. So what is it that they're gonna bring to the party? Because they didn't want you then. You were the same guy then, and
Yeah.
now you've done it without them. So actually, that's a commercial for who not to work with, right? You know.
Yeah. I
And
don't
I'm
want to
just
go
saying,
that far because a
no.
lot of those people got strings that I still need pulling. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying? But
understand, and play them, baby, play them. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
and everybody
Oh, yeah.
who's listening, who's a musician, knows what I'm saying. So if yeah, don't ever let the tail wag the dog, because you were the one that God gave the blessing to.
Heard that. Amen, man. Yeah. And I've been in
Amen. You
that
called it
position too
fine.
where you get a phone call from, whatever label. Hey, man, we want to offer you a blah, blah, blah deal. And you look at the numbers and you're like, this is a horrible deal.
Horrible, horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And I'll just be honest, if you're watching this, I am not a 360 musician. So if you toss me another 360 deal, it's going to go with the other two that I've already tried to, been offered.
No,
Not
nope,
happening. I just,
nope.
I was blessed enough to go to a college that I had to take several modern performance techniques classes, several music business classes. So one of the first things I remember my teacher when I was in college preaching about is like, if you ever get to a point, make sure you read the contract and you never accept the 360 deal. And here's why. So I remember reading about that. And lately, if you want to talk about how popular that still is to this day, that was 10 years ago. Jelly Roll just dropped the podcast a week or
I
two ago,
I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
specifically talking about this thing.
Right in his
And
car,
so,
man. Yeah.
right. And it's a real deal, y'all. It's a
True.
100% real deal because I've seen the bottom line on 2 of those contracts, and it
What
is
when
not free.
when Abel Kane was white hot, and we were doing the big fair circuits, where you got 2 million people coming through the fair, and we would get picked up as the continuous opener. So they'd rotate the headliners behind us. So Daughtry, Fuel, Shinedown, Big and Rich, Kid Rock, all them would rotate behind us. And so at that point, we had our chops, we had our mileage, we were all in fighting shape. And we'd come back to Nashville, And, we'd come back just to chill out and kick it at the Bluebird or whatever when we were back in town. But we weren't clamoring around for anybody to see us. And to your point, there was a very, very, very major label, one of the heaviest at that time, because they swap out, they alternate who's the lead dog. But this one was the biggest label in Nashville. And he came, he was just freaking out. He was like wanting to give us a deal, and it was the 360 deal. And my partners, they'd always been band leaders for Powerhouse, like Barry White, Josh Stone, Sakura, Stevie Nicks. They'd been to that level, but they'd always been the
I love that part. Just Stevie
yeah,
Nicks.
yeah. But no. But these guys were super talented. They're some of the best on the planet, but they'd always been the side guy. They'd never been able to be the front man. Sitting in on those meetings. And I warned them going in, and that was bro. That was that would have been 2007, 2006 when they did that to us. And I'm like, nope. I'd rather keep 100% of 5% than I would give up 99%, and then they do that rotating bleed out on you where you'll never get caught up, you'll never pay back. So it's good on you. Good on you for holding down. Did your family make you strong? Does your family give you that kind of strength? Because that's where I would draw from.
Oh man, I think I've always been supported, and I know there's a lot of people. I've played with guys that are like, my family hates that I'm a musician. I don't understand that. I don't understand that because that's always been, I've always been surrounded by music. Where baseball came from, that all has to be my grandpa because he loves sports. I don't ever. That's nobody is in my family around me, and my cousins are athletically gifted or talented. I don't say that I'm the best athletic, gifted, talented person in my family, but what I'm saying is it was just completely different for me because I grew up around music forever. So baseball just kind of took on, and I did baseball. But my grandpa was a Tejano musician, and so he toured for years and years. And a matter of fact, the year before he died, he got presented by the Tejano Music Committee. I couldn't tell you the exact name of it because I don't really go deep into that, but they presented him with the award because he had been like one of the last original members of the Tejano music something for like 40 something years. It'd been over 40 years. He had stayed relevant with them, and his name had stayed.
He was an OG.
He was an OG, man. He really was. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so the music had always been around me, but I never took to that scene. It's not that I didn't want to or wasn't attracted to it. Some of my favorite bands are still Tejano bands that I love to listen to. But my grandpa put a guitar in my hands, and that was it. What's
your grandpa's name?
My grandpa's Daniel Garcia. He just passed a few years ago, 2 years ago.
Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia was his name.
Shout out to Daniel for sure.
For sure, man.
Yeah,
sure.
And Tejano, you mentioned that. That's our buddy Sonny.
Yeah. So Sonny and I has had this conversation several times. He knows all the people my grandpa grew up with and all the OGs, and so it's cool.
We love it.
But I put a guitar in my hand, so my family has been around music, and they've been supportive from when I said, "Hey, I think I'm gonna try music."
But that's what happens. See, you're so blessed because so many people. Two things happen. One, the family's afraid that the family member will get hurt because they know the odds are against you, so they try to just shut it down. That's one thing. Yeah. And then when you're successful or you start to get traction, that freaks them out. They're like, well, they almost kind of double down on it a little bit. Then there's the other thing, and this is the majority. It's kind of the reason. It's the old saying: the prophet's never recognized in his hometown. Jesus. Jesus. They called him the Son of God everywhere else, but in Nazareth, he was Joseph's boy, right? And so that's that mindset of people who knew who you always were. That's who they always want you to stay. And if you ever start to move beyond that, they don't want to acknowledge what you're trying to become. And that's sad, but that you see the memes popping all over the place that the people closest to you want the least for you sometime, and total strangers are quick to support you. You've got a blessing, contradiction to that. But I think that's a big part of why they've been so successful with those 360 deals, because there's that desperation that's built into all these people. They will do anything for the validation to be able to turn around and go, see? And it's the way the family even sent them off so often sets them up to inadvertently step in that trap.
Yeah.
Out of desperation.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one way to really look and kind of look at it from that angle. But that's very true too. That's very real. I know musicians that have stepped in that position, So yeah, definitely a very real thing.
Ironically, that is Sonny's picture at True Grit Radio that just popped up. So I'm just saying hello to you while you're all discussing. I got to shout out to the people when they
let's get some questions from our people.
Yeah, if you got a question, let us know, man.
They're one of their biggest ones that we asked was about where did Damn Baby come from. We asked you that when you were in Cabo. You got some excellent songwriters out there. Shout out to the songwriters, y'all. Like, that's a whole side that's close to my heart. So shout out to that. What they're asking me for is a song.
A song.
They want a song. That is what I'm being asked for.
Which one are you gonna do?
Man, my guitar's kind of out of tune, but I could probably pull one off.
What are you thinking about singing?
You want to do a cover song, or original song? What do you feel like hearing?
Whatever you want to do. I'd like it to be a unique original to yours, because I want it to go out to the universe. We're gonna send it up for Daniel Garcia.
Oh, thank you, man. He always liked the blues, so I'm going to kind of do this one. It's just a little bluesy. This one's called Sweet Amanda. Here's one for y'all tonight. Baby, pour another glass of the Merlot. Come sit beside me where the lights dim low. That wine looks like it was good that time of year. There's something about the hoodie that you got on, and the way you dance in those pink sweats around the room. You got it heating up in all kinds of ways. Just come press your sweet lips against mine. Yeah, let's lose all track of time. My sweet Amanda, I'm picking up where we once left off. Do you feel it, girl, like I feel it too? Oh, yes, I do. My sweet Amanda. Oh, baby girl, don't you ever change. Mind about loving on a man like me. We're burning this love like a candle at bonfires. Oh, my sweet Amanda Marie. Came a bay, ain't got nothing on. The way your eyes shine under those neons. Let's head home, girl, right after this song. I can't take one more second without you. Wrapped up in the sheets, I finally got you. Oh, girl, where I've been meaning to. Let's fire up your 88 Chevy. Let's head home to make some new memories. My sweet Amanda, I'm picking up where we once left off. Do you feel it, girl, like I feel it too? Oh, yes, I do. My sweet Amanda. Oh, baby girl, don't you ever change. Mind about loving on a man like me. We're burning this love like a candle at both ends. Oh, my sweet Amanda Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I love it.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
We got a lot of comments in here. We love it. Shout out to everybody
Sweet,
sending
thank
us those messages in here to you, Bubba, as
That's
well.
coffee drinking.
All right.
That's coffee drinking on the porch music right there.
I heard that, man.
Sweet Amanda by Bubba Westly here on Patriots Inside the Wire, Two-Step Tribe tonight. His single right now out on the radio. Shout out to that Houston station, by the way. We do like to support each other. We like to get everybody here involved in the music industry. It takes all of us. It's a village now that all of us need to be taking care of each other. So
who was the station that gave you the love? Who's the station?
Rich, go ahead and shout
the
it
Bull,
out.
3.3 The Bull out of
The
Houston,
Bull?
Texas.
The Bull, yeah. Yep. Love them.
Right on. Shout out. Big love to them.
There you go. The Bull, love them. Great
Thank
station.
you.
Great station. Again, we have to shout out to all of ours as well. So 107.5 The Swamp. Thank you. True Grit Radio Station, Music Row Radio, Texas Free Radio, Two-Step Tribe, and all around the world, worldwide. There are so many right now, and we are blessed and saying thank you. Thank you so much for the tribe, the show, the podcast, the Heroes Media Group, Uncle Rhino on the road, tuning in right now. Bubba Westly, and then 100-meter screen. Imagine this, y'all. I got to be in on a conversation beforehand with Bubba talking about Texas, and I have Bluebell ice cream along with somewhere in Florida with 100-meter screens. Now, those are the best conversations that I love to hear on air, but I was loving it. So we'll be having them in just a moment here. Like I said, Unclear loves to blend. Like, we'll go from this end to this one. So if it's like, well, here's a question. I've been asked this a bunch, and I know my answer. What kind of music do you like, Bubba?
Oh, that's a great one, man. I was right now I'm in this very, very kind of classic. I say classic, but maybe like, 70s, 80s, 90s kind of singer-songwriter vibes. I've really, really been digging deep into Guy Clark lately. I love Guy Clark. So if you dig deeper than LA Freeway, guys, there's so much great stuff from Guy Clark. It's unreal. Just dig past the LA Freeway, because I promise there's way more than just than stuff like that he released. I am really have been listening to a lot of Jimmy Buffett too, and that's not just because I'm from the coast, but Jimmy Buffett's I always thought he was a phenomenal songwriter, even though 90% of his songs were about beaches. But I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I just think, like, when you listen to stuff like oh Jesus, now I just went blank.
Did you stick your foot?
The Pirates song he sings.
Oh yeah.
Mother Ocean. That one, dude, it's just like, Jesus, it's so good. And I think that song is just so relatable to people beyond coastal, people that lived around water, that love the beach. It's a song that kind of relates to everyday life for a lot of people, if you look at it from that angle. So.
It's the season. And by that, I mean the season for the genre styles. We have, like, I've been into Rodney Crowell a bunch. And
don't even play, man. That's one of my faves. Yeah, one of my all-time faves.
Rodney Crowell, Roseanne Cash, Linda Ronstadt. I mean, bringing that back around, and it's like song after song after song, and you forget everything that you remember. the minute that you start listening to it, you're like, oh my God. And looking at the waves crashing to Blue Bayou, playing that kind. What? Yeah.
That's like I like listening to, even though I do enjoy George Strait's version, but man, "Stars on the Water" is Rodney Corral's song, and that song is amazing, man. And I think
Yeah.
Rodney's version is way better than George's, but commercially, obviously, you see where that went, and good for both of them. That's a phenomenal.
Beaumont to Biloxi, baby. Sea breeze at your door. I almost just fell out my chair. You made me look like I went from Catholic to Pentecostal just then. Yeah. Good job.
Oh Lord, I love it. I love it. On Two-Step Tribe tonight, we have Mr. Bubba Westly in the house. Just gave you some sweet Amanda with Uncle Rhino here, chopping it up. Got my two favorite things, music and water. Both to me, very medicinal, very therapeutic, very universal language. Again, here with Bubba. Bubba, I actually do have several of your songs in here. So
Cool.
I have and I always look at the artist and go, hey, what do you want someone to hear? So between like we got Trippy in here. Damn Baby is definitely on the top of the list there for every one of your fans out there.
Yeah.
And then you've also got another one in here. So it's up to you. What would you like to hear?
What? I want to let's hit him with Trippy. And
Trippy.
me and my wife wrote this one. This was her first songwriting cut. And she's my voice of reason. She's my better half. She's the business brain behind all the branding, and that is not a lie, guy. Anything you see that we post about, I promise you, my wife has to approve it. So it's just like, man, I literally have. I always tell people, and it sounds so cliche, guys, but I mean this 1,000%. Like, my wife not only has 1,000% revitalized who I am as a person, but my career. I mean, just from top to bottom. So I was writing this song. She's amazing. And
what's her name?
Hannah.
Oh, we talked to Hannah. Okay. All right. We talked to Hannah. Yeah, Hannah's
so
our
you were
people.
emailing my wife. Yeah.
That's our people. Okay.
Absolutely, man.
Hannah's amazing. And Hannah has a jacket with fringe hanging off of it. That brown suede jacket that I want, by the way. I mean, that jacket is amazing. Look at he's like,
thank you.
You're going there.
We're going to close. It's fine.
I went over to the jacket. Dude, if y'all saw this jacket, I'm not kidding you. It is amazing. And I'm doing that because thanks, Spider tried to get me all sorry. This is what you call real. This is the real deal on here on Two-Step Tribe tonight on Patriots Inside The Wire Productions. Star Spangled Bangers. How do y'all like that one? I love to ask that question. Bubba, what do you think about the name Star Spangled Bangers?
Well, I think that'd be a great publishing company name.
Oh, really?
I just wrote nothing but Patriot. Like Toby Keith and Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a publishing house if I've ever heard of one. It's
like, it's right up there above you.
I got one.
There it is.
That's where it is. That's where it is.
I truly feel Trippy would fit amazing in that publishing house. Just to let you know. So so I was writing this song. At the young tender age of 34. When I wrote the song, I was 32. But I love listening to talk radio. I am a podcast guy. I'm a talk radio guy. I love listening to different things. Well, I was listening to a podcast that I normally frequented, and it upset me. And there was some opinions that I just kind of really made me completely turn the podcast off. And I got home. I started writing this song, and my wife was like, I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're saying, but you're saying it wrong. And I was like, okay, well, you sit down and write it with me. She said, okay. We sat down at our kitchen table at about 4 a.m. I was on my way home from a show. And when she came out and she was just like, well, this is what you need to say here. And this is what you need to say here. And I think what you're saying is right, but you need to say it this way.
Yeah.
She's a publisher. She's a freaking publisher.
We might need to
needless to say, Trippy is one of our most requested songs at live shows now, and the way we put it out is one of those that can relate to both sides of or any side of your view. I know there's some things in here that probably some people won't agree with, and that's totally fine, but that's the reason we have freedom of speech. If you can say what you want to say, I get to say what I want to say too. And I said what I truly believe, what my family believes, what my heart believes, obviously what my wife and I both agree on. And I tell you what, when we first met, we saw from two different sides of that train track. And so the fact that we were very, very opinionated and very honest with each other brought us to the agreement of what we believe in today and how we want to raise our kids. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So Trippy to me is such a beautiful song for its own reasons. And I can't wait for y'all to spin this one and hear it.
Here we go. Bubba Westly is in the house. He's got a song called Trippy. He loves the name Star Spangled Bangers. If you look up in the right-hand side of your screen above Uncle Rhino, you will see literally Star Spangled Bangers. We have a couple of versions here. Bubba, I'd love to know your take on that. There you go. You got one. Can you see it? Look up there.
Yeah, I see it.
Number 1, number 2.
I'm a fan of number 2.
And number 3.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I love to tell
That's
you.
how they do. They make you think there's 2 choices, and then they roll out a third one and then ask you what's wrong with you. That's a female thing. Okay, I'm telling you that now. I'm giving you a pearl here. I'm trying to save your life. Okay.
I'm going to have to side with the men in this room, and I'm going to go with number 2.
I plan to use every one of them. So how's that?
You should. They all look fantastic. They really do look all fantastic.
You said you wrote it at the tender age of 34. You triggered a memory. I used to write with Bob Regan all the time. I don't know if you've heard of him in Nashville, but he went on. I think he was the president of the NSAI for a while there in Nashville. But he moved to town when he was 36, and he used to tell everybody before he took off and started getting hits, and he didn't try to write professionally till he was 36. They said, "Why'd you wait so long?" He said, "Because I didn't want anybody to tell me I was a has-been. I like to die." Yeah.
So Chief Security. So can I answer that question real fast?
Have you? Yeah, we want to know that. The national anthem.
I've been called to do the national anthem at a Texas Rangers game, at a Houston Astros game, at multiple events throughout Texas, Louisiana. I've even got called to do one out there. But to be 100% honest with y'all and just as transparent as can be, is I am absolutely, that is my biggest fear of my career, is not forgetting the words to my own song. It's forgetting the words to the national anthem. So it's not that I refuse to ever perform it. I have that much respect for it that I am just terrified of messing up the greatest song in American history, to be honest with you.
You got it. Hey, you're not the only one.
But if they could let me use the words and put the words in front of me, I'd sing it in a heartbeat.
Well,
you can do what you want. It's free country.
Don't do like Michael Bolton. Me and him played Fenway Park together one time, and I was doing one of my songs, and he was doing the anthem, and he wrote it on his hand. And he apparently he'd done a wee bit of sweating, and he walked out there, and all of a sudden he looked down at his hand. He stopped and he looked down at his hand, and all the people in New England it was like we were back in the 6th grade. You heard the whole stadium go, "Oh," you know.
Oh, no. See, that's what that would absolutely destroy me.
That didn't help, did it? That didn't help the nerves, did it, Bubba?
Yeah,
No,
we didn't help on this one. So tonight, right now, on Patriots Inside the Wire, 2-Step Tribe, you got UncleRyano Tracy 2-Step, Bubba Westly joining us live, Star Spangled Bangers Tribe. We've got Bottle Rocket Records in the house, as well as 107.5 The Swamp, True Grit Radio, Music Row, and 100 Meter Screen. Y'all, watch out. We are about to play Trippy. Trippy is by Bubba Westly and Mrs. Westly, Miss Hannah Westly as well. I love our songwriters. We're going to play this song for you. Here we go with Trippy.
Thank you.
People think they woke because they flow with the trends. They put their politicians first before God and their families. Man, this world is trippy. Yeah, this world is trippy. Government corruption got me sick. They use their lives to feed their greed. But I ain't one to take that pill that Uncle Sam says we all need. They all sit high on that hill, pulling the puppet by his strings. This world is tripping. For change, but in welfare I have no hope. Addicts, liars, and thieves get it all instead of those who need it most. And this world is tripping. This world is trippy. Martial law, I hear you knocking. I dare you to try to take my guns. You'll start a war in these streets. I'll be KIA before I fall down to my knees. They all sit high on that hill, pulling their puppet by his strings. This world is tripping. Yeah, the world is tripping. Oh, this world is tripping. Yeah, the world is tripping. And the world is tripping.
Yeah, baby. First time I heard that, I was thinking blue-eyed soul baptized in black water. I'm over on the Louisiana side of everything and on East Texas. And I mean, that kind of stuff is in the
Thank you, guys.
absolutely, man. That's like over there where we at, southeast of Tyler and north of Nacogdoches, over in that pocket over there, man. You close to Louisiana, and it's like there ain't really a state line except for what your taxes are. That's the only way you can tell which side people are from or where they live. But the music free flows back and forth, and it's that old nasty, snaky backbeat and blues in it and pain and joy from not dying yet. You know, I mean, it's just got this roots raw thing, and you pull that out on that one.
Thank you, man. There was this playlist that I listened to one time, and I was like, everything on this playlist just makes me want to tap my toe. It just puts this soul country feel into it. And there was a playlist called Swamp Rock. And it has everything from Skinner. I mean, John Fogerty, they consider Swamp Rock, I guess, because he sings a lot about Louisiana, you know, but he's from California. But neither here nor there. But yeah, that playlist kind of gave me the idea and the feel that I wanted to put into the song, man. Because when I write, I might write a song one way, and then when I put the music to it down the road, it might end up something completely different, you know. And so this was one of those songs that I was writing more of like a slower type ballad, and I was like, man, this song's too powerful. It needs a powerful chorus. And so I think hopefully I did it justice, and y'all think so that I did it justice out there.
Oh, you killed it.
Right?
A lot of
it's on 107.5, right? So you got it on the swamp, literally. It will be,
thank you.
Spinning literally on there, and we'll make sure they're already asking for us to send it over. So
195 countries, baby. 195 countries gonna be listening to you.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Thank y'all.
People,
John out there. Thank you to John.
When people are writing, they confuse tempo with power. And they don't understand. Sure. You slow it back to a halftime groove. That's the difference between a twister and a hurricane. You know, one's a lot faster, and the other one's just going. When it rolls in, it's just going to hammer everything. And that's that to me. That's what one of those big, powerful mid tempos are, where you can open up your vocals and open up your pipes and really chew on the lyric. You get it. You hit it. You hit all the boxes.
I appreciate it, man.
I love every bit of it. And if you got a second there, Bubba, what we'd like to do, we've got the other band that's been waiting patiently.
Yeah, come on.
Just loved hearing all about Texas from you. And Bluebell ice cream. That's what you missed, UncleRyano. Bluebell ice cream and the best Tex-Mex, and something about you in Miami. So I don't know.
I had to lose a whole bunch of weight because I didn't miss a damn thing about Bluebell ice cream. So I'm telling y'all right now, I think Bluebell sends me Christmas cards. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I always tell people it's a hard town to be lactose intolerant in.
Yeah.
You grab some Lactaid. That's what you do. You grab some Lactaid. That's what I do. A lot on here tonight. So 107.5, the two-step tribe tonight. Bubba Westly playing the song Trippy. Trippy's going out on the swamp and our other stations. But tonight, 100-meter scream has been behind us. We always pull in two genres and like to mix them. And Bubba, when I played that song, I went, oh my God, they're probably loving that song. But I have some of theirs. I have one of them I especially want you to hear. On the stage tonight, we have 100-meter scream. Welcome, 100-meter scream to Patriots Inside The Wire, two-step tribe. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you? Hey, Uncle. Rado, man from Uncle.
They always go straight to
Yeah. Come on, Miami. Come on in, Miami.
Uncle, we always love the shirts you wear, man. It always puts us in a hypnotic state. You know, it's like almost like want a remote view just looking at your shirt. You know,
can y'all see them?
Oh, we can see
perfectly. Yeah, we were staring at it the whole time, along with that guitar riff that Bubba was doing. Black Hole Sun kind of sound going.
Yeah, man.
That's what I was thinking.
I love me some Cornell, bro.
We're ready to go to the Monroe Institute and start learning astral projection.
We are. So 100-meter screams tonight. We've got all three of you on. Please introduce yourselves to everybody out here.
Okay, well, I'm Ralph Miguel. I'm the lead singer, rhythm guitarist.
Sean Frazier, bass and vocals.
James Kelly, drums.
You've got it and tech. James is really good at tech too. So you got to point that out, man. Yeah, like when we're in the studios, we're in the stations, it takes people to understand that side too, right?
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that. I can appreciate Bubba's mention about songwriters. That's pretty much Star Spangled Bangers, by the way. I don't know what you think, 100-meter scream. I know what Bubba thought. What do you think about that one when you see it?
Oh, that was, well, that song was just immediately, instantaneously catches your ear.
Mhm.
It's got that hook. And that's coming from a bit of a more of a rock background, immediately we gravitate to those sounds. So I just love that.
But the slow tempo, like
Yeah.
I know was saying, it's not always speed that creates power, but when you get in the pocket of the groove, you can really just make something much stronger than you would expect.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Exactly. So 100 meter scream is the band. I want you all, for every one of you, for Bubba Westly, for 100 meter scream right now, even for the show, Patriots Inside The Wire. We're in a digital era. You need to go and make a playlist. It's not enough to just go and hear it. Nowadays, add a playlist. Call it Tribe, Two-Step Tribe, call it something, but make a playlist. That is how you support your artists nowadays in a digital world, a digital era. Please make that playlist, add it. We just had John, shout out to you, John. First thing he did is found the song Trippy, put it on a playlist. That is what you can do to support. So 100 meter scream meets Bubba Westly. Now that was a fun backstage listening to you talk. Now, your background is in a whole different level of music. When I look at, well, Bubba, I mean, we like all genres of music. So I've got 100 meter scream over here to my left. UncleRyano's beautiful friendship and background with you is extensively long, knows you very, very well personally. So it's funny, as soon as someone pops to the show that recognizes, they immediately go, Uncle. It's like the uncle walked in the door. That's like the fun guy. Like, here he is. I'm like, hey.
They know I pick up. They know I'll pick up the phone at 2 a.m. and show up to the house with 2 shovels. So they know. They know who's got you.
All right. Well, what I have is something pretty cool in here, and that's why I was asking Bubba if he'd like to hear this, because I want to hear it too. And
Absolutely.
Shout out to you too, Tribe. Out of the Ashes, y'all. Check that out. They were one of our first shows. And we did have Mr. Billy Ray Cyrus. That's the reason I brought up that picture during yours, Bubba, is he's creeping in on the show again, watching. So that's a great thing. So he loves your music, so your song. Now, 100 meter scream.
Say hi to Billy Ray.
What's up, Billy Ray?
Ray.
Shout out to every one of you out there at the stations, just the people in general. So we're saying thank you. Tribe is literally it's hashtag Tribe. It's a lot of artists in all parts of the industry. You can be a songwriter, you can be in publishing, you can be in art. But the tribe itself is usually independent artists supporting each other and pulling together in music. So Star Spangled Bangers, we'll let you in on a little secret. That is UncleRyano and Tracy Two Steps publishing company, Bubba. So you hit it right on the mark when you said, ooh, that'd be a good publishing name.
Bubba's smart. Bubba is smart. He's on it. That's like that's SMAWT. That man is on it. Smart.
Yeah, I had no clue about that, by the way. I was just like, that'd be really cool for now all you got to do is write patriotic songs. You got to just have the biggest catalog of patriotic songs.
They don't have to be just that, but Uncle will tell you, please don't say that to her, because that woman sends me 1,000 songs. Like, he's like, don't encourage her.
Yeah, folks get excited, and they should, because it's usually some really good stuff. But when she tells me, hey, I got a drink for you, I'm thinking it's going to be a sippy cup or something. She'll hit me with a fire hose wanting me to take a sip out of it. And they done blew my glass out and everything. She hits me with about 40 songs. I'm like, damn it, woman. Damn it. Stop.
Hey.
I got to bite, chew, swallow, and take a breath.
It
Then
is
you got to take all day to listen to them.
therapeutic. It is medicinal. Yes, I have probably over 1,000 now. So for 100 meter scream, all the way over to someone is Bubba Westly, to every sort of genre. So depends on my mood, y'all. This really depends on my mood.
For me, I actually wrote something years ago that probably 30 years ago, and Nashville didn't understand it. It was called The Voices in My Head. And the person who's inspired it was Ray Charles. And basically the opening line. I know Ralph knows it, but a lot of the guys, I don't think Tracy's ever heard it. But it said Jimi Hendrix was a cowboy and Roy Rogers was a saint. The man in black could walk the line in a way most people can't. I imagined with John Lennon and I sang along with Ray. He tried to show us how to see the world, but our eyes got in the way. And so that was my whole point. You know, they're the voices in my head, the soundtrack to my memories. In a world that's totally lost its mind, they're a source of sanity. I find comfort in the chaos when I think of what they said. I'd go crazy if it wasn't for the voices in my head. And it's basically that's the same thing that Bubba was talking about, Trippy. It's the same thing as the man who had no working eyes saw the world better than the rest of us. And we've now gotten to a point where we're looking with our hearts first, our minds are open, and we're cutting fences and knocking down walls. And anybody that's in between us and the hammer is going to get the smash. We're doing it and we're reconnecting with each other. Yeah, sitting here looking at y'all right now, it's beautiful because these guys live right on the water, Bubba. They live right on the water, baby boy. Okay. They know they got the same rhythm. They got the same grooves you got over there on the Texas coast. They over there in Miami ripping and roaring. Ocean Drive got your name on it. And I know some guys right there that take you on a nickel tour. I'm just telling you. So, you know, that they took me on a first class tour up and down South Beach and Ocean Drive, and you get Hannah on your hip, man, and that'll be something, dude. You know, and that's y'all got so much more in common. The business and labels told you that you didn't, but y'all got more in common than you'd ever imagine.
Oh yeah,
That's true. That
I
is
could
true. That
believe
is the point of the show too. Is so with 100-meter screams right now, what we have that we'd like to pull up is "Can You Hear Me?" This is a new song, fresh out of the studio. Am I right, Ralph?
Yeah, this song, we've been meaning to record it for quite a while. Shauna was actually hanking for like quite a couple of years. I wrote it. I didn't know the backstory. I might have told Uncle about it, but it's inspired by two people. It was one of my dad's close friends who was in Vietnam. And I'll just give you a quick backdrop. He was on patrol, small squad. I guess they saw some big VC or NVA, way large, like really big battalion platoon. I'm not sure. They had to hide in a ravine, for about half an hour until they passed. I'll never forget the story. I was a kid, and half an hour they were in there. And then when they came out of there, they immediately took their fatigues off because they couldn't even see their legs or skin. They were covered in leeches. And I know if you guys know how you have to remove leeches. It ain't the most pleasant way, and you can only imagine where all the leeches were. And then, truly, what the song really finally just inspired me to finish was my good friend Brian, who's from Missouri, and he was living out here in Miami for a while. He's also a medical doctor, and we were talking. He was in Iraq. He was a medic. And we would hang out. He would tell me some of the stories, and it was,
Brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. And I'm a parent. I have a daughter. And it's like you have empathy when you have kids, and you hear all these things that are going on. And he told me a couple of particular stories. I'm not going to repeat, but it's haunted me to this day. So that kind of just in combination with song came to me, and in a roundabout way, and so this song's dedicated to really all the people who served and veterans who've been in, around the world, especially in combat.
Yeah, well, we like to always say thank you to all those out there who serve and have served, and we go beyond that in just the military, our first responders, everybody out there. It's funny, everyone believes that we are just a military like radio or show. We are not. We are a people show. We are a people. Patriot means good people to me. So that
No
is what
politics. No politics.
everything you just said from 100-meter scream, like, trust me, like everything you're saying, Bubba, you said it too. I love it when someone will come on and say, hey, like, we support, like, thank you. That's a wonderful thing to hear. So Can You Hear Me is a new song out by 100-meter scream. and we're going to play this song again. This is a freshly recorded song out of 100 Meter Scream. And yes, I'm repeating myself because we are not only on a live show right now, we are a podcast and radio. So I want to make sure everybody's following along with us as well. So again, 100 Meter Scream. You got them live right here, sitting beside Bubba, talking about between Bluebell ice cream and Miami and what's up with the food. Like, I could sit here all day long and do it.
You know, a match made in heaven or hell. It could go either way. I'm not sure. It's so good, it may not be heaven. I don't know. But if you take the donuts from Versailles, and you take those donuts, and you take the Bluebell from Texas,
I mean, Round Rock donuts.
That's all we need right there. They do some stuff at the Versailles donut place. It's absolutely redunculous.
Yeah, Versailles. Uncle, let me give him a backdrop because I know Versailles is probably one of the most famous Cuban restaurants in Miami on Calle Ocho. We took Uncle there, and we went and got the pastries that were hot, and Uncle had about maybe a dozen and a half that night. We all right in the parking lot. We had dinner, but then we were out there. Uncle brought his guitar. We're in the parking lot going over some stuff, and then we digested just enough where our manager, Gloria, who's also a medical doctor, who maybe she'll join us hopefully soon, gave us the okay to go get the pastries, which I'm glad Uncle got to experience that.
It's because she carries an
we made friends too. We made friends everywhere we went.
Oh yeah. Uncle was causing quite the stir there, especially with all the mamacitas and look at man, and it's amazing, Uncle. Even after the amount of food we ate, when you were playing your guitar, you still sang perfect tune, intonation.
I had a donut that was caught in here right here. I realized I hadn't chewed it. I had one donut that was kind of stuck, but it flew out and I was able to bend the string, so we were golden.
I love it.
And just a real quick disclaimer, Bubba, if you can go to Bluebell, we're looking for sponsorship, and we're not looking for we're looking for Bluebell, NyQuil. Is it Crystal Myers or is it who makes? Yeah, we're big NyQuil fans. We survive thanks to NyQuil. We're getting under the weather. What's the other one we'd like to be sponsored by?
Not Long John Silver's. Who's the company?
Oh man, they have Long John Silver in Nashville.
Bluebell together.
Any pull that you guys have, that's who we really want sponsorship from, because we got plenty of guitars and stuff. We need more guitars, or James got a couple of drum sets, so make it happen.
I'll take one of your guitars, and when I find out more about sponsorships, we all will in the tribe.
Yeah.
But
Remember,
I'm gonna end up going to damn Kiss My Ass Round Rock, Texas. I'm gonna see Tracy sitting in the damn Long John Silver's with a full tray in front of her and a fringy jacket.
No, there is no Long John Silver's. There's a lot of them in Nashville. There is not. There's a Round Rock Donuts. Now, if you have not heard of Round Rock Donuts, like
Round Rock Donuts, man. Oh, geez, bacon maple. I'll be over there. I'll be over there on March the 14th.
March 14th.
I will be out there in Round Rock, and I am definitely stopping by. The guys
say that again, Bubba, because I wanted to bring that up. So, is it March 14th?
March 14th, we'll be out at Long Branch Saloon in Round Rock, Texas.
Round Rock.
I'm actually doing the Austin Rodeo Cook-Off next weekend. I'm at Houston Rodeo Cook-Off this weekend. Austin Rodeo Cook-Off is next weekend. We'll be out there for that. And then the 14th, I'll be in Round Rock.
All right. Well,
come out. Yeah. The food is amazing in Austin. I got to give them to you. The traffic sucks. Everything else is pretty much, your own opinion. But the food is great. Food is great in Austin.
Downtown Round Rock now. But Long Branch. So shout out to them. March 14th. I do know them very, very well. Great place. Everybody looking for somewhere to go. You want to get away from downtown Austin. The rodeo's in town. A lot's going on. Go to Round Rock, the downtown area, Long Branch Saloon, March 14th. Bubba is actually playing. There we go. 100. What I'd like to do. I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
I was just going to ask Ralph and the gang if y'all were going to be at Springboard. Are y'all coming to Houston?
Uncle, I don't think we're going to be able to make it this time around. There's some scheduling conflict. We'll see. I know our buddy's band might be making it, but we're going to see. We're talking to Gloria and maybe try to be able, if we can, get everything logistically correctly. We'll definitely. You'll be the first to know.
The back channel.
We're gonna be. I'll be there. I'll be there with y'all. I think Saturday morning and Friday evening, and then I got to go wheels up. We've got what's called the T3R. It's the Texas Regional Radio Awards, and so I think I'm gonna be connecting with Bubba over there. I think at that.
Yep, I'll be there for sure.
And Tracy.
But let's hear this song. Can we hear this song, UncleRyano? Or have you heard it? Because I know it just came fresh out of the
Yeah.
studio.
I hadn't heard it with all the spinning rims and hot rod paint on it. So let's see what we got.
Okay, you haven't. All right. You got it. Here we go. It is called, today is from 100 Meter Scream, and it is called Can You Hear Me? And again, here we're going to roll right now. 100 Meter Scream. I want you to add them to your playlist as well. Can You Hear Me?
Changing. I tell my buddies my wife gave birth to my baby boy. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can't you hear me, God? Can you hear me? Night is falling, grabbing our gear to go out on patrol. Incoming rockets, explosions around me, wondering if we will make it back home. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can't you hear me, God? Can you hear me at all? I gotta stay awake. Pulling shrapnel out of my face. Gotta stay awake. I gotta stay away. I gotta find a way. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can't you hear me, God? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? By 100 Meter Screen. Bubba, what do you think?
That was that, dude. I love the vibe that song makes. It makes me feel just like, oh man, that's definitely one of the ones I could put in a workout at the gym. That's definitely in the workout playlist for sure.
That is. It is, and it's all about can you hear me? I get it. Like just listening to the lyrics and paying attention to the song itself and those words, like I totally get exactly what you're saying there. I love it. I love it. And I know we've got another one we're going to play on here as well. It's a cover you did of Crazy by Willie. So right now, Bubba, we are going to let you roll out and say thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Of course, and give us a shout out for your show in Round Rock, Texas. Bubba Westly tonight. The song is.
Thank y'all, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll catch y'all next time.
Sounds good.
Thanks for coming, Bubba. We were glad to have you.
Brother. I'll see you at the T3R, my friends.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Thank you, Bubba. Hey, 100-meter scream. I loved it. I was literally like, can you hear me? Literally. I was like, you pretty much, you got that point across big time. So with this song, I heard you give us, the preface in front of the story for the song. And would you say in your band, 100-meter scream, if you had to give maybe 5 words or just a quick synopsis of what I'm not going to put a genre. I don't like to do labels, but the kind of music that you like, that you follow, that you want to be your sound.
Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
I love, luckily we're not, in a full Nelson in one particular genre. Some friends of ours are in, like, it's either AC/DC, Celtic, Frost, and Venom. And that's it, which I like some of those bands. But there's more to it. I mean, I was very lucky that my dad exposed me to a lot, since I was young. I mean, from like the Beatles, Vanilla Fudge, Zeppelin, and he listened to a lot of
Fudge, y'all.
Yeah, he listened to a lot of outlaw country, like Johnny Paycheck. Was it David Allan Coe? I remember hearing that in the background sometimes, and I remember, like, as a kid, and I saw the rerun. It was that show Yeehaw. And it was that dude, I forgot his name. Was it Roy?
Yeah.
Clark?
Was it Roy Orbison?
No, the guy.
Roy Clark.
Man, that guy was like
Roy Clark.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like the Robert Fripp of banjo.
Yeah.
I was like,
Roy Clark.
That guy was kick-ass, man.
Roy Clark was one of the greatest instrumentalists in the world. Roy Clark. Yep.
Yeah, Roy Clark, and I had some older aunts, so I got into they got me into the new wave, and Uncle's quite the ear, man. When he saw us in New Orleans, which that's when we got to meet Uncle a couple of years back at the Cutting Edge music conference, which I think shout out to Eric Cager. He's the one that kind of set up with our old manager, John Tovar, God rest his soul. It's a whole other story. But and Uncle heard us, and Uncle's like, you guys got a little bit of Duran, you got a little bit of this and that. I'm like, man, this guy's got a refined ear, man. I mean, UncleRyano's like the what he is to the music industry is like what these wrestlers were to wrestling. Like he was like the Big John Studd, the King Kong Bundy, the One Man Gang, Bam Bam Bigelow, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Is it Libro Lache? What's the name of that thing that he wears the mask? What's his name? Nacho Libre or something like that.
Yeah, that's my OnlyFans costume right there. Is my Nacho Libre mask. That's what that is. Yeah.
And you're one more thin there, like the Nature Boy. Woo!
Yeah.
Ric Flair. So so that's why Uncle's able to walk through the walls and open the doors, like you said, for us, because only he's got that that particular gravitas and mass. But yeah, he heard it, and not to mention we've had some really interesting conversations with Uncle on the esoteric, but that's for a whole other situation topic. But yeah, we're very fortunate by some friends Barry Coughing from Springboard.
Oh yes.
Michelle Massillin, who Gloria, she set Gloria on the whole path. Hopefully, I don't know if she's on there waiting. Maybe you can jot her in. But yeah, Gloria, for those who don't know, she's our manager. She's also, but if it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't be here. She kind of opened up a whole new horizon with us, for us. She was
Danny Jones.
Music, Danny Jones.
He's an angel.
Who produced.
So for everyone out there listening, Gloria is the manager of 100 Meter Scream. She's with us. She's not on camera right now, but she's with us. So I'm sending her a message. So it's totally up to your manager what she decides to do. But as far as you on the show, we got you covered. We got your songs. But if she tells me she wants up here, I will definitely pull her up.
Okay, I don't know if she's having a shy moment, but
nah, she'll let us know. She will definitely let us know. All I need is a message back. I never want to throw anybody up into,
Texas.
It's like, what? Oh, she said I'm not shy. Turn on your camera, hon.
Tell her I got dressed up just for her. I said I put on my good shirt and everything.
Heartbreaker.
That's right.
Your best shirt. Oh, it's
That makes
purple.
us look into the future, Uncle. It's but getting back to your original. We're an alternative rock pop band, but again, you can see we kind of, luckily we can kind of dabble in different styles here and there, just enough to just make it interesting. So it's just we switch it up. We're not like just strictly just always rock. We add some particular other elements. So I mean, if anybody gets to hear our catalog, they'll see maybe what
Miami Grill Subs. I see a shout out. Look at that right there.
You've got a shout out here, and it says something about they're combined with Miami Grill Subs. Do you understand that message?
Sponsor, Bluebell.
Oh my God, they got the
Dip
cheese.
it. Yeah, we can dip the cheesesteak right into the ice cream. Come on.
I know, and then
All right.
dessert.
And
All
that's
right,
100%
John.
we know and love.
So they understand what you're talking about there, John. So John is a new member here on Two-Step Tribe. Welcome to it, John. Please subscribe. But 100 Meter Scream immediately knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, Tracy, I was gonna say, I've always had a pretty close ties to Texas. I used to go there as a kid with my dad. He would go to Houston a lot for business. I was at the original Astro World. Like I was telling Bubba, I've been everywhere but San Antonio for some reason. So I've been to all the parts of Texas, but I have a good friend out there, Mr. Tom Payton. I know him and Uncle. They're trying to see if they're trying to help my daughter and a few friends maybe hook up with some good Texan men, because the guys down here in Miami are, they're already at that age, 24. But yeah, there's a lot of backstories that can dive into, but yeah, Texas is a unique state, and of course Linda Septon. So we know a lot of people out there. Of course, Mr. Danny Jones. Yeah, he's out in Houston, originally from Arkansas, but Texan now. Yeah, and big piece of 100 Meter Screams in Texas.
Yep. Well, that's the thing about Florida and Texas and Georgia and Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. We're all the Gulf states, and that's, to me, those of us who grew up by the water, we'd say, well, we're from Texas, or other people say we're from South Louisiana. But when it all came down to it, when they'd say, where'd you grow up? They'd just say on the Gulf. So, I mean, that could be Florida, that could be all the way over to Texas, to Brownsville. I grew up on the Gulf. That's like all those individual states combined into one big region, and they got more in common than they know. From Biloxi to Mobile to Savannah, jumping down from Savannah, heading on over to where you guys at, Miami, hooking around Tampa, Jacksonville, and then all the way, Houston, Galveston, Corpus Christi, Port Arthur, New Orleans, Houma, all those places. I mean, they all got so much in common. All those cities all the way across, they got so much in common, and they all like the same kind of music.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle, you're from Tyler, right? Originally,
Tyler, Texas, home of the Virgin Pines and the Tall Women. Yes, sir.
Oh, that reminds us that we won another sponsorship, Whataburger. These guys, that's an awesome place. We don't have them down here in Miami, but right, James? You had it when we drove out in New Orleans one time. That place is, yeah. So, Uncle, I got to send you a list of sponsors from I guess Procter and Gamble, Bluebell. Bubba can help that up for us.
Bucky's, come on.
Bucky's, yeah. Oh, there's our manager, the one and only.
There she is.
Mama here.
How are you, beautiful?
How are you?
Oh wow, yeah, it's a blue shirt, man.
It's the shirt. Yeah.
So nice to see everybody. Wow.
Gloria?
Good. Good to see you, G.
Ah. Yeah, I don't know.
Tracy. Tracy, this is Gloria. Gloria, this is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
You're on mute.
Uh-oh.
Tracy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And y'all say men don't know which buttons to hit. How can that be the case?
Okay. Now, number one, I was helping Gloria get in here technology-wise, so.
I heard blah 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 blah.
I know
blah,
you
blah.
did, but the good news is I got her in here and I did not want y'all to hear me. So now I want you to hear me. Here she is, Gloria. Yes, I have had the pleasure of talking with Gloria. Gloria and I have conversations about digital era of music. And in this digital era of music for 100-meter scream, right, Gloria, in order to support music and in order to, you can't just put a Band-Aid on this. You have to actually go in and do something about it. And it means create that playlist, get involved now with your artists and the music that is out there. And so, Gloria, you're pretty much an expert when it comes to that. And then really kind of rebranding with 100-meter scream. Am I correct?
Well, I don't know how much of an expert, but I learned pretty quick. And, I always have their best interest at heart. And I try to push things along as I could. So,
They put it this way: what Gloria learned about the music business in a year takes the average Joe maybe 10 years. But then again, she's got the training as a medical doctor, and not to mention she's our personal physician too. All three of us, but she knows us pretty intimately, from antibiotics to different, topicals.
okay.
But yeah,
she's like, wait.
HIPAA law, we can't really say, I guess, but
No.
inside scoop.
She's like, hold on, y'all.
I liked having her close by when I was running close to death by empanadas. So, yeah.
She wasn't thrilled about our consumption of that, Uncle.
Wasn't thrilled at all. That was kind of scary.
Hey, I would have beaten them too. I got to tell you that. We have Richard here. I want to say thank you to Richard. Richard's doing a shout out to you as well. Shout out to Gloria, Rich, Danny's cousin. I'm sure you're understanding this. Had a blast touring Memphis record pressing.
Oh, yeah, I know Rich. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, Richard is the one. Yeah, he's Danny Jones's cousin, another veteran.
Yep.
He's a tank commander. Or he's worked on the M60 tanks, if I recall.
Oh,
and
wow.
He went with us to the Memphis record. Yeah, he drove us out there. We were at Springboard in Memphis. So yeah, shout out to him. He's a good man.
I wanted to ask you this. All three of you are sitting there. You've mentioned service members a few times. So who sitting there on this couch right now has that close of a tie to a service member?
Outside of friends.
Right here, yeah. You literally have referenced it a few times, and I think just when I hear someone that recognizes that, and then they brought it up a few times, it's like they either A, have someone that served, or B, they have a close friend that they've experienced this.
Yeah, we've had a lot of friends that have served, and served in Iraq, Afghanistan. My father, his friends, like I told you, Vietnam. So we've always, we've been surrounded.
Well, we say thank you again for your father as well and his service, and we say hi to Danny. Danny is out of Danny Jones Productions, so he's telling you greetings. You are correct, and thank you for your service there, bud. We got you. So hit subscribe and follow us. Good evening to you as well. So Gloria,
Tell Danny to hit me up. We're gonna get Danny on the show. Danny is a legendary producer. He goes to the Stein Records days and the Chitlin circuit, R&B and Delta blues. Danny's one we want to get on here with us because it takes the old guard coming in. I mean the war horses. We're bringing all the young ones in and all the new blood in, and he's definitely one that we'll have on the show as well.
so I have a question then for 100 Meter Scream or Gloria, who actually does work with 100 Meter Scream. Would you happen to know Danny's phone number? Don't say it on here, but just a yes or a no. You can. Okay, then go ahead and just give them my phone number. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and just transfer the number there, and we will gladly do that. Thank you. So between Gloria and 100 Meter Scream, we will get that going, Danny. I'm paying attention to our people here. Country Junction from Oklahoma.
If the four of y'all on the bottom ever get interrogated for any reason, it's going to be terrible. I just literally saw that just now. Do you know his number? That was the saddest shit I ever saw. I'm just telling y'all right now. Yeah.
Once the FBI comes to our door, we're like, no, just talk to Uncle Ryan. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you don't have to call me.
To come here. So we are all about people, fun, music, the freedom of speech, all of our liberties, and I love that we're all different. So there is nobody's knocking on anybody's door.
Yeah, he's a very talented. We went and recorded in Houston the song "Crazy." Danny Jones, we call him Master Jones, and then of course our good friend Ulysses from Ace Scully. He recorded "Can You Hear Me" in his home studio, and he gets an amazing production too. So shout out to Ulysses in case. But yeah.
I'm definitely letting them know that you're all saying, shout out. I let him know that he could grab my number through you.
Yes, I will make that happen.
I have right there, we've got James, we got both of you sitting by. I want to hear something from you. What's going on with you? Like, what is going on there with the other two? I didn't get to hear from them yet. We got James, who's great at tech.
Yeah, I want all eyes on James.
Yeah, no. Well, let's do this. In the song we just heard, Can You Hear Me, on the vocals, was it just Ralph? Or did we also have right here? That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see.
Lower parts, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, he sang the backup and
okay.
And, the chorus. And
in quite a few of our songs we have.
Yeah, no, we do. We utilize. Look, I've always loved like backup vocals. I like with the Beatles and other bands. I always you want to make the song as lush as possible. So I've always tried to force band members to sing. Reluctantly, they usually don't want to. Sean luckily he's got a good voice and he's able to. And James also sings backup too, behind the kid. But this lineup has been more friendly to the backup vocal situation.
No, I love it. That's why I wanted to hear your actual voice. I wanted to hear you speak so I could put the voice to the song, But
when they play live, it's really cool because being a child of the 80s and growing up through the 90s and hearing how music has continued to try to morph and renew itself, was still holding some of the traits from the 70s and 80s. I listened to them play in New Orleans, and I was hearing Duran Duran. I was hearing wisps of Depeche Mode and The Clash, and you would catch you'd catch a little Floyd in there every now and then. It just kind of or Zeppelin, would show up, and it wasn't anything you could grab. It was like trying to grab smoke because everything's so molecularly intertwined down to the molecule that you can't just grab one piece that looks like fill in the blank. It's like water. All the styles really weave together. And when you see these guys live, it really drives that point across. They are a river that carries every place they've ever been. They carry all the music that they ever loved inside what they play. And you hear it when you check them out.
Oh,
You
thank
got
you.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have a question for you here because everyone stand by because as you know, in the radio for our shows with Uncle Rhino and Tracy Two-Step here at Patriots Inside The Wire, Two-Step Tribe. Yes, I have to say that because when you're in the radio or you're on a podcast, if you're not looking at the broadcast right now, you can go check it out. It will stay up on our YouTube channels. It will stay up with Heroes Media Group and actual broadcast. So Uncle Rhino, Tracy Two-Step tonight, 100 Meter Scream is joining us with Gloria, who is managing over 100 Meter Scream. And I have had great conversations about the new era of music. And I do want to get Gloria back on, of course, to get into that subject more. In regards to a song, we got a message here. Y'all know when I'm like holding back my laugh like this, it is because the person that's messaging us is saying, they just listened to 100 Meter Scream, new song. Can you hear me? And they said, play them flag. So guess it's the person that went loud over the top on top of that song. And grabbed it. And I will let get into it a little bit. But they're saying, give 100 Meter, let them hear this song. And let's see if they can do the guitar part. That is his response.
Oh, that could be all over it. Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yes, right in their bailiwick.
Yeah, so that is a message that we're getting. I'm going to refer to Uncle Rhino if you want to on it.
This is one to preface it if y'all didn't catch it before because we've played it in a couple other podcasts. But this was an organic one, and y'all know how that works. Just like when I was over at y'all's place, Ralph and Gloria, and we sat down and started working on the new song "Cry Uncle." And we were working on that one. It just organically starts jumping in. You just start, the song tells you what it wants to be, and we have to listen. Well, Tracy had written a song called Flag about when she lost Adam, her son. And Billy Ray Cyrus grabbed it, and I'm like, okay, cool. They're working on that together. And then Billy turns around and throws me the flaming football and goes, hey, do something with this. And he had laid down all these guitar parts on it, and he wanted me to take it into the studio and add a couple other little nuances and stuff. And Billy had sang some underlying stuff on the background. So this is one of those that literally was thrown together over the course of about 4 hours in one day with nobody. Everybody had full plates and full schedules, and we all just stopped what we were doing, pivoted around, and jumped on it. Go ahead and spin it, Tracy, and show them Flag. I think the guys would appreciate it.
I mean, I will, but just remember that this was a cut that just someone got excited and decided to grab their guitar, and now they're wanting you to hear it. So here you go. This is a song called Flag. We normally don't even say, but I guess we've already told on me too much, right? So,
well, no, if we're going to start, we're going to finish.
Yeah, I will. This is Flag featuring, this is Tracy Two-Step featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, who's saying 100 Meter Scream seems to be pretty good with that dang guitar. Let them see that they can do. But you'll talk to Uncle Rhino about that. Here it is, everyone, Flag. And don't go away. We have a song from 100 Meter Scream that I want you to hear. Here it is, Flag, specifically for 100 Meter Scream, a question that Billy Ray Cyrus has about them taking over the guitar. Here you are.
Stood so tall, now the silence where he used to call. They handed me a flag, folded and tight. Said it's for the brave, said it's for the fight. But I don't need a symbol, don't need their lines. I just want my son, I want back my time. I got a flag, but I want my son. Tears on my face, but the world moves on. Why do they keep acting like nothing's wrong? I'm screaming inside while they play their songs. I got a flag, but I want my son. The sky's still blue, but it feels so gray. Every step I take drifts further away. The boots he wore, now they just sit. I can't touch his face, can't handle it. He fought for a dream, for the red, white, and blue. But the cost of freedom, they never tell you. A mother's heart breaks, it'll never heal. While the world keeps turning like it's no big deal. I got a flag, I want my son. They don't see your face when they salute, don't feel the hole within my roof. They talk about honor, they talk about pride, but who's gonna hold me when I cry at night? The world's so loud, but it feels so cold. A hero story, but it left me alone. Tell me why the brave have to die so young. I got a flag, but I want my son. I got a flag, but I want my son. Tears on my face, but the world moves on. Why do they keep acting like nothing's wrong? I'm screaming inside while they play their songs. I got a flag, but I want my son. He took the oath, he gave his life, and I lost my hope. Folded tight in my trembling hands, a piece of cloth I don't understand. I got a flag, but I want my son. I'm just a mom who wants to take it back. I'm just a fool, he took the oath, he gave his life, and I lost my hope. Folded tight in my trembling hands, a piece of cloth I don't understand. I got a flag, but I want my son. I'm just a mom who wants her baby back.
There you go.
I dig it. That's great. I don't know if you remember, Tracy, I had heard that song and I had told you about it. Remember we spoke on the phone? And it was, and I told you the lyrics were very gripping, especially the last thing you say. But the
guitar.
The guitar riff is kick. I mean, it's just badass. It's just a riff within with. It's almost a little Black Sabbath, a little Tony Iommi-ish, mixed with a little country, but really well put together song. What I like about it's melodic too. See, I don't care what genre you're in. You know, there's good songs in every genre. But one recipe for us that we always love is something atmosphere, being melodic, good lyrics. I was stunned when you said that was you singing it. You know, like, whoa.
I don't remember what kind of day I was having, but it just depends on the day, kind of like you were talking.
Yeah.
But this is a song that is being said, you know, with UncleRyano, obviously. So with UncleRyano, the guitar was laid over the actual track, but that song is available in our publishing that we would love for someone, even changing it around a little bit, Gloria. So Gloria over there, I can see you thinking like that is something that could be turned and actually, like, I don't know Billy's phrase, UncleRyano. Like there is a phrase by Elvis, everybody, that's always about, you know, a song that comes in its time. There's nothing worse than not putting out a song that is right there at its time. Do you know that saying, UncleRyano?
That is true. The caveat to that is a timeless song is timeless. So that's one of those two. I mean, both of those, the greatest songs ever, you can drop them at any point and they'll be able to hold their own with whatever they land in the pit with. So there are certain things that are very time sensitive. And those, you know, you're relying on current events a lot of times for that. But that's a song that is universal. And
so I'm one of those people, we discussed that. Like, so 100 Meter Scream and Gloria, I am one of those people who does not mind as long as says it's okay. Like changing out some verses, changing around some things. I think it's really cool when people do the old school way and just kind of like go, you know what, let me strip this apart a little bit and turn this into something that you can get in touch with UncleRyano. Billy's like, I don't want it. I don't want to. I just want someone to have it. So y'all can refer to UncleRyano, but that
Tracy,
was the message for you.
What was that? Was that Billy Ray on guitar?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Well, the song was already done actually, and then when he heard it, he couldn't not grab his guitar, and so when he laid that guitar, and Uncle got a hold of it, and you know, so the guitar in it is a little loud when you hear it laid over like that, but I mean, I love it.
That's what we love. I mean, you
I
can
love
relay
it.
the message to him that 100 Meter Scream is impressed. His
Okay,
guitar.
so that's what he's saying. He
Yes.
does not want to do anything except see it out, but he doesn't want to be the person that's on it. So Uncle Rhino is the person.
Well, it's like Uncle beautifully said. It's just one of those songs that everything came together at the right time. Lyrically, the vocals, the chord structure. It's always to like what the last lyrics say, and Billy Ray's guitar. So, and we're genuinely saying that, because if if it wasn't, it was kind of like
Tear it
okay.
up.
But no, that was a really it's a great song.
Great
You
melody.
tear it up, Gloria. What I'm saying is change out a couple of the vocals in there, and it will fit universally for a lot of people who want someone back. You know what I mean? It's like that's what I was feeling. So Uncle Rhino, you can touch base with him, but that's what he's saying is that he can see 100 meters scream actually instead of him. He's afraid to touch the song. So if you're not afraid, you get in touch with Uncle Rhino because he is not afraid to strip down.
I ain't scared of nothing.
He is
So-
not afraid.
Going.
But I thought that was a great compliment. So basically what he's saying is that your music and your style and your instrumentals and vocals, that it actually works better with someone like you than it would a country artist, I guess is, So he's giving you a compliment and saying this actually fits someone more like 100 Meter Scream than it would. It hit him for a reason. And ironically, that shirt he's wearing is my son. Literally, that's why it was being shown. So, and that is on Uncle Rhino. So UncleRyano.com. Everybody can go to that website, UncleRyano.com. Correct, Uncle Rhino?
Yeah, all of those T-shirt sales. And if for those who are listening, I don't, and the guys with 100 Meter Scream and Gloria know me very well. I don't take anything that I am advocating for. There's an actual law called the Two-Step Act, named after Sergeant Adam Two-Step, and all the proceeds of this shirt will be going towards the Two-Step Act. And that's actually helping secure certain things that we have here in the United States, where when people who mean us harm get inside the country and are able to do certain things, one primarily through rental car agencies. And there's some legal revamping and restructuring. It's called the Two-Step Act, which makes it harder for bad actors to come over and do harm to innocent people who are just going about their lives. So that's named after Sergeant Adam Two-Step. That's his picture on the shirt. And anyone that does pick up those shirts and decides to purchase one, that's where your money's going.
And that's on UncleRyano.com, Uncle Rhino?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Okay. So in the shirt that we were showing you, to each of you, Gloria and 100 Meter Screams, the reason we were showing you a shirt folded and some boots, it actually was just the ironic part is it's, you know what I'm talking about when I say boots, but it could fit anybody for boots. And that was actually Billy who made that shirt in his boots, his living room with that shirt laying there. And then, of course, Uncle Rhino jumping in on it. And here that is right there. Those are Billy's boots, but he's saying right there. So I guess it gave him inspiration, but he is letting you know, Gloria and 100 Meter Scream and Uncle Rhino, that he feels like that you could do it more justice and tear that through to where you can change even some of the words. So I think that's a great compliment to say, yeah, I actually hear it too. I do hear that because I'm not just one genre.
Billy's good people. Billy's good people, and he's tribe. So I mean, he loves good songs, and he's a champion of good songs. So it's the song. It's the rock star in our show. It's not the people on the mic. It's the song that's the rock star, and he gets that, and he's a big advocate of it. And for him to pop in and chime in for you guys is a big compliment, because he's done a lot with his career, and he's done it because he had some really good taste. And a lot of time the stuff that he picked was stuff everybody else maybe didn't see. And then he rode that dark horse all the way to the promised land.
Well, we're definitely flattered. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, we listen, Rhino, and Gloria knows this, and Tracy, I'm sure, it's such a hard business, and I've been very fortunate that I've met some great people on the way. When my band got signed back many years ago, I learned a lot about songwriting by a producer named Steve Roydstein, who's got a pretty big band out here in Miami, called Latin thing, but he very talented. I learned a lot about crafting a song, and then also James Wisner with Atlantic Records, Paramore, I think Dashboard Confessionals, the Mavericks. That was Towar's group. I think he might have produced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who by the way, they're from the singer's from Miami, Raul Malo. He was managed by John Tovar. He's a nice Cuban American guy from Kendall. And yeah, I think they're living in Nashville, I believe. Raul Malo, from last I heard.
One of my all-time favorite bands. All time.
So, and it's again, that's why we're so grateful to Gloria. She definitely gave us that second chance, because again, it really is a tough business. But I've learned a lot of things along the way, especially about detecting. I think I always put on what I call my A&R hat. Like, okay, if I was on a label, who would I sign? So I always kind of I love to hear new songs and other artists to see what kind of, what I gravitate to. And it's those little things. It's sometimes little nuances that catches your ear. And, so I'm again.
And that song it's catchy front to back. It's concise, great melody, great lyrics, and the fact that, as you stated, Tracy, Billy chiming in and saying, I think it'd be a great thing for 100 Meter Scream. That's
an
honor, and it's
big
to uphold a song like that, because it's not even just a song. It's something so personal, not just to you, but it's personal to a lot of people.
The country. It is very. I think it's for the whole country, actually. So. And again, I want to state this disclaimer really quick. I am independent too, and so is UncleRyano. So we aren't with Billy Ray Cyrus, but we are Tribe. So I actually do agree with him when he says, man, like, guitar is not my, like, that whole genre that I went into, like, that's not really my cup of tea. But
and I gotta give props. I have to give props to Shauna here, because again, we've been with lead guitarists, we have friends that were in and out, but for one reason or the other. Then we have a dear friend of ours, Ray from Out of the Ashes. He does the pinch hitting for us with the lead guitars, like if I play live and stuff. Which, by the way, we're playing live at Bike Week in Daytona.
Daytona, y'all. Like, yes, they are playing live with Out of the Ashes in Daytona at Bike Week. Get this.
That's huge.
Have you ever heard of Volusia County?
I think
you have. That's where I'm from, Volusia County.
Yes.
North of Cocoa Beach.
Yeah, a lot of people have no clue what I'm talking about when I talk about, but they're like, where? And I'm like, well, it's not that far from Daytona Bike Week. They're all like, oh, okay.
Well, we're looking for stopping at Buc-ee's on the way before we hit Daytona. So, but Uncle, you're about to say something, Uncle.
Are you frozen?
you just lost me with Buc-ee's. You said, when people divert their trip to Daytona so they can go to Buc-ee's, that just tells you that Buc-ee's is taking the whole damn planet over right then. They're taking over everything.
Another clue for sponsorship.
I actually have about 5 Buc-ee's songs you can all listen to and like see what you want to do with them, right? But have fun at Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's, it was a trip.
Beef jerky, fudge. They're what's that Texas
people yelling at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great time.
She's like, no.
Yeah, and then Doc
With her EpiPen running behind Ralph. Just no, not that right.
That's what she's like, stop.
Yeah, the sugar.
You gotta get a heart attack.
There you go. Right.
You can ask the great Doc, who's the one that eats the least in this band. That's all I gotta say. But
Hey, I love food.
Yeah.
That would be me, Ralph. Okay.
I'm the designated hitter. I'm the cleanup crew. I don't like for the cook to have to put anything away.
Let me tell you something. One of the best moments in Memphis for us was when I guess Barry had the lunch outside in that courtyard, and they had all those sandwiches, and you just walk in one of your cool shirts, and you pick up like 3 sandwiches or something, and you sit down and you say, and you have one of those, got all those great Southern slangs which we love. You definitely put like a memoir of that or a book, and you said, well, if you're gonna, what was it you said? If you're gonna eat like a gorilla or something, if you're gonna
if you gonna be a bear, be a grizzly.
walk those sandwiches down, that's a hero.
That's it.
Better get that grub while you're getting good. There you go. Y'all are making me think of new songs for Uncle. It's gonna be like, stop.
It takes a lot of coal for the choo-choo train to roll, so that's how that is.
Well, we did put a lot of food away at the Cuban restaurants, so maybe when you come back, Rhino, it'll be the entirety of the band, and I'm sure that'll be a night to remember. So
I had a buddy. He didn't have my appetite per se, but he had the starter kit, and he and I went into a all-you-could-eat Japanese sushi place in Kentucky, and I was just shocked that they had one in Kentucky, so I had to go see it. And
wow.
that was the first time they were getting me a sushi boat, and I told him they had the wrong boat. I wanted the Titanic that was back there dusty up on the wall. I made him dust off the Titanic and bring it out, and he did. And everybody in the restaurant stopped and started watching this big ass boat coming through there. Had 3 people pushing it, and they brought the boat in. And this buddy of mine, he was over there rope-a-doping. He was doing the best he could. He was like chewing through the pain, like laying on his side, just kind of yum, yum, yum. And we got through it. And then when we finally paid the nice people and walked outside, I kid you not, I saw the open sign turn off, and I heard the deadbolt lock behind us. I'd never had that happen before at all-you-could-eat place.
Wow. Well,
They shut the doors on you. They locked it up.
Locked us the hell out.
I don't think that I would trust going to a sushi like buffet. Like, I don't know.
I got a tapeworm with rabies, so I don't give a damn. I'll go in there and handle it.
All right, we got some great content tonight, y'all.
Well,
hey, Gloria, I think that I would like to hear the song that was just done. It is called "Crazy."
Shout out.
So, what do you have to say about it, Gloria?
I think it's a cool cover of Willie Nelson. So it's different. I don't think it's been done like that before. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you were skeptical at first.
I was like, what the hell? Crazy? You're gonna
Yes.
Yeah.
They need their
But as usual, even though we're non-accredited on the medical board, we tend to be right sometimes on certain things. But Gloria, but Mr. Danny Jones, again, he's the one who produced the song.
He was the man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So
there we go, Danny. All right.
To the point earlier, a timeless song is timeless. And so basically that's exactly what that one is. It was a masterpiece when Willie first wrote it. It still is. And it's complicated simplicity. And just like Johnny Cash can sing Hurt, guys can sing Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I love that version of Johnny Cash.
I like that.
I mean, who'd ever thought Johnny Cash doing a 9 Inch Nail cover? And he just
thank you.
He just hit it out of the park, man. It was just the emotion that only the Man in Black can do. So
but yeah.
And a man at that stage in his life.
Yeah.
It's a combination of things. You can sit down and do that, and it has a whole different meaning just by the singer of that song at different stages of your life. Yeah. And that gave it so much power. Just him sitting down quietly singing that song. And what y'all did with Crazy, I absolutely loved it.
Well, I'm going to hear it for the first time, honestly. So, because I wanted to do that on purpose, I love to have a normal, natural reaction organically. So, This is 100 meter stream again out there, everybody, on Patriots Inside the Wire, two-step tribe. You have 100 meter stream with their song Crazy. As Goya has pointed out, this is a cover from Willie Nelson, as UncleRyano has pointed out, from the Man in Black. Anybody can take a classic, timeless song and always do something with it. So I want to see what you did to Crazy. Again, this is 100 meter stream on the cover of Crazy. And if you don't know what I mean when I say Willie, I mean, you might be watching the wrong show, except that it's Willie Nelson. So here is the song Crazy.
Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I knew that you loved me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'll leave me for somebody new. What in the world did I do? I knew that you loved me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'll leave me for somebody new.
Now, who's singing and playing there? Like, you got both of you, right?
I'm the one that did all the vocals on that one.
You did all the vocals on that one, okay. And who's shredding the guitar?
That was
A friend of Mr. Jones.
a friend of Mr. Jones.
Well, hey, I like that, Mr. Jones. That's a good song.
Yes.
No, I love it. You know what I really loved was you've got a section in there where you're kind of like, you're just like to the beat, like per minute, like you're like, I love that part. I was like, hey, I like that hook right there.
It's
Like
called
that.
a vamp. They're vamping.
It was a revamp is what it was. It was a whole revamp to it. So that, but that specific part of that song. Do you know what I'm talking about? When it was like,
Show me what they were doing again. I
You
want to see
know?
you do it.
I don't even, this is natural reaction, y'all. So there's no
Yeah.
telling. But
Yeah.
I'm about
Yeah.
it. I'm a truth telling, organic, natural type. I don't make, well, I don't need to go on about that. But I usually don't lie. Like, you won't catch me like outright lying, but There in My Country just came out really bad. That means we've been on, like, talking. Because you flipped it on me. See, soon that country voice is going to come out on you. So, enough about me. How about you? So, James, I keep looking at this picture, both of you sitting there, and I have a question for you. So, when I go to this picture,
Yes.
and I'm looking, and then I go to this picture. These are. You already know what I'm going to ask. You already know.
That James is wearing the South Beach mesh shirt. That's all we can say about that.
Okay.
That's from his golf days.
Okay. And then I definitely see that one. And then I go here and I see Miss Gloria. And then I definitely recognize each one of you. And then in this picture, can you name the other individual in the picture for us, please?
Oh, that was our other good buddy, Mr. Kelly Tickner, who I believe might be a bike week, very bike enthusiast, has like about half a dozen Ducati motorcycles,
Oh, wow.
stuff like that. And he plays with us on occasion,
Yeah, you guys had like a punk band.
he wants to do like a little punk thing on the side, but depends on if time permits. But he was playing with us that night. So
Nice. So 100 Meter Scream is going to be at Daytona Bike Week playing with Out of the Ashes, who is also going to be at Bike Week Daytona playing at Bike Week. Are you going to play Crazy, that cover of Willie's?
Yes.
He's immediately like, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
he's like, yes.
We will do Can You Hear Me? We will do
I like them both.
Crazy, and and myself and James will be pinch hitting for Ray and Maria. I guess I'll be playing the bass guitar and James the drums, because
All right.
they're a bass player and drummer. Can't really travel that much, so
Okay.
we'll help them out just like Ray helps us with the leads.
Yeah.
So.
I love so we're talking about Out of the Ashes right now. That is Ray and Maria. They will be at Bike Week as well with 100 Meter Scream. Please check out 100 Meter Scream. Add a playlist. You've got to take care of your artists that way in a digital era, please. That is what you need to do. Again, we have 107.5 The Swamp. We have True Grit Radio, Music Row Radio, Texas Brew Radio. We have Heroes Media Group and multiple others that I need to quit naming, because I know I'm going to forget somebody and then I'm going to get a call. So we are grateful and thankful for everyone out there. We as well do not do sponsors. We are independent. This show, just like you can find it on iHeart, Apple, Spotify, every bit of the music, every bit of the show that you're going to have the background behind the scenes with the bands and their music, and UncleRyano and everything that's going to be coming up and out of Tribe. And trust me, you're going to want to keep up with that, because there's a whole lot going on in regards to the Tribe when it comes to music. But not only that, don't forget that on Wednesdays, Wednesday nights, Wednesday Warriors, we have Intellect Sounds in the house tomorrow night. That is part of Tribe that will be coming on. Not only that, Howard County, part of Tribe, will be on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we have Bad Boy Leroy, as well as Silent Sounds. So we have got a heck
Grammy
of a
nominee.
Grammy nominee, heck of a week. So your show will also be going out on all those channels with those bands as well. And they are all part of Tribe, as well as this. Gloria, I would love to hear if you have something you'd like to say before I play a song to close us out.
Tell them about your book, LG, from the ER to the recording.
Oh, no. Yeah, you want me to write that book. It hasn't been written yet. But just you got to get busy, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From the ER to the music industry.
I did ER in the Great Lakes Naval Hospital.
You
and
did.
Yes, I did, as well as the VA. And
Wow.
it was very interesting because all the recruits come in bus loads, and we'd call them fluffies. And we would have to do, part of their thing, we had to do an STD workups. Now, here I am, I'm 24 years old, and we have a busload of 18-year-old, and I had to do STD workups. So it got really interesting. And yeah, I had to kind of make deals with them, like, hey, you do the fluffies and I'll do all the OBGYN, but I can't do these guys anymore because it was getting interesting.
I bet it was. You're talking about a VA, military, and STDs. Like, what the hell else are we gonna like? That's a whole show.
It was a hospital, and it was all 18-year-olds, busloads, and we'd say, "Drop your pants," and we'd line them up, and they drop their pants.
So it turned into a stiff job. Hey,
drop your pants. Welcome to America. That should be the slogan right there. Drop your pants. Welcome to America.
It was
and Gloria lived in. You tell me you lived in Houston, LG. That you were doing. You're working.
And I live in Sugarland, Texas.
There you go. There you go. Sugarland, Texas. I heard it.
Yeah. I'm at Ben Taub and the Sharpstown hospitals down in Houston in the ER, which also very interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually get into a conversation more with you about that and have 100 meters screen back on. I am going to do something though, just because he's been too quiet. And on this show over there to your side, and it's not James. Actually, James did his job between doing tech and like getting things handled. Over there to your other side, you're a little too quiet for me.
Sean will do that. You got to watch him.
I sneak up on people. It's
well, see, I normally do that, just not in a show. So it's funny because I'm actually an introvert and I do stay in, and like I might be writing that song "Drop Your Pants" or something like.
I drop your pants.
100 meters song already.
Yeah, I know.
See, that's how different. That's how different our brains are. She's wanting to write a song called "Drop Your Pants," and I'm wanting to write one called "No STD, Send FTD." You know, no STD, send FTD. You know.
Oh, before I forget, Uncle, we should let them know that hopefully sometime, I would say probably after April, we will be recording an UncleRyano song, 100 meter scream style, called "Cry Uncle." We're gonna 100 meter fight it.
Yes.
Hopefully, maybe next time we're on, we're gonna present that one, Uncle.
Of course.
You gonna have room on there for an old guy to jump on the mic and cameo with you?
Of course,
absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
I will cheer you on. How's that? I'll cheer you on and do the show, and Gloria and I will make sure you all get it done.
Yeah, these ain't my church clothes. These ain't my church clothes.
Don't be surprised, Gloria, if I literally don't send that song by tomorrow to you, literally. So, like, I won't be able to get it out of my head. That's my problem. And I don't know what it is, but right there, the quietness.
It's Tourette.
It's
out of it.
My quietness.
Yeah, no. The interesting part is that I love for everybody in the band, not just one or so, to understand like how it all comes together. And so because I have had conversations quite a bit, I do know a lot in regards to the band. You know, they're like home, they're tribe, except for our young gun here. So the young
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he's taking all the mic time. I guess I'll start at the beginning. I'm not actually from Florida. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, wow.
And I washed ashore here after a mission trip in Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then from there, I landed with a suitcase, and I made it work.
I have to chime in. He's rightfully home next to the Bermuda Triangle. For many reasons.
I do, Ralph. You're doing it again. She's talking.
Okay, but we have to put that in there.
The lore of 100 meters. I do have to say this. He brings up a great point because in Seattle, I wouldn't say obsessed, but borderline obsessed with the Bermuda Triangle. It is one of the oddities of the world that I've been fond of. And having lived on South Beach, Gloria can attest. Well, everyone here can attest. But if you go to Google Maps and you type out the triangle of the Bermuda Triangle where it's mapped out, it cuts right across 24th Street on South Beach, and everything right below 24th Street on South Beach is hell on earth. It's chaos. That's the party zone. The second you step over onto 25th Street, everything goes calm. So all of the chaos of South Beach is literally contained within the Bermuda Triangle, and that to me just blows my mind. I love it, and
you're home.
I'm more of like a.
That's a song, y'all. You do know that, right?
Bermuda.
Everything.
Did you?
Triangle.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Did you know that if you jump on that latitude line on the map at the Bermuda Triangle and you chase it west and you cross over the entire United States, you'll go through the Zona de Silencia, the zone of silence in northern Mexico, which all of our missile tracking goes crazy, our nav systems and all the meteorites like to land in that one spot. And you just keep right on trucking through that. None of your electronics will work. And when you come out off the West Coast, once you come off the West Coast on the same latitude line as from the Bermuda Triangle all the way across, if you go across the Pacific, you'll run into the Dragon Triangle. Did you know about that?
I've heard of the Dragon Triangle. I've not heard of the one that you talked about in Mexico, but I've heard of the.
Yeah. Google it. When we get done, when we're done, you got a homework assignment. Yeah.
This is what you should branch off into, Uncle Rhino. It's great to have this show, but you should have your own talk show where you just.
They're not ready.
Remember, I'm ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
He already does. He already does. So
remember what you said.
Thursdays, we're spinning off a new show on Thursdays. I'm glad y'all said that. See, I needed him to talk. We are going to have a Thursday show now. And Mr. Unc himself usually does all the talking. He's on the road right now for springboarding some things. So that's why you didn't get to see him earlier. But normally, you definitely will get all of Uncle Rhino on a tribe show. Tuesday, Thursdays, like, trust me.
We've had some good conversations like this in Memphis.
Yeah, to like and stuff. Yeah, that was great, Uncle. We have
Wednesday Warriors on Wednesday nights for showcasing our musician veterans, and then Star Spangled Banger is going to be rolling out on Fridays, and on Mondays we're going to start doing music reviews where we're going to start reviewing singles, have people send in singles, and myself, Tracy, who's a former radio personality and DJ, as well as Kristen Rochelle, also a radio personality and DJ. The three of us are going to go line by line on composition, on writing, on production, on vocal performance, and we're going to actually go through and review the singles that people are releasing and sending to us for review.
And I'll be the one giving the crazy commentary of like, no, let's take it here to the edge. No, but I took note there of what you said about Seattle going to Florida and the Bermuda Triangle. And I have several notes here about the Bermuda Triangle and 24th Street being crazy. But as soon as you hit 25th, everything's calm. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. I've got it written down because it is a song. So, yeah. Literally, I'm not kidding.
Now you have a reason to come down to finish the song, and we can, Uncle Rhino and Ralph can go off on their EpiPen donut adventures, and I'll take you on the Bermuda Triangle tour.
The Bermuda Triangle, yeah. The Bermuda Triangle. That is a song, y'all. That's just waiting to happen right there. So, Uncle Rhino, tonight, I would like to close out with Waylon for Cash. Waylon for Cash is the song from Uncle Rhino that is out right now, hitting the charts on the radio. Waylon for the number 4, Cash. How do y'all feel about that? I'd love for you to be here with Waylon for Cash. 100 meter streams and Gloria.
Thank you.
Zip Tribe. How do you feel? Good?
Yeah.
We're all good. All right.
Yeah.
Love to you too. I'm looking at our comments here. We love you too. So Ray and Maria, amazing. We love you. Out of the Ashes, go check them out. 100 meter streams. Tonight we've had Bubba Westly. It is the Two-Step Tribe. Uncle Rhino himself, as you see right beside him, Waylon for Cash is the name of the song. Has the number 4 in it. We want you to take that song, put it on a playlist. Make sure you check out Uncle Rhino, what he has going on at UncleRyano.com. And again, Waylon for Cash. Here you go.
I'm up here wailing for cash. I'm putting on a show and I'm trying to make a splash for those who might be jonesing for a country smash. I'm up here wailing for cash. I'm hearing everywhere that country music's gone, but I think she's just reloading and it won't be long till honky tonks are open with people packed inside. I'm shining up these boots and getting ready for the ride, 'cause I'm up here wailing for cash. I'm putting on a show and I'm trying to make a splash for those who might be jonesing for a country smash. I'm up here wailing for cash. Oh, so this way of life will make you haggard over time, but I choose to earn my paycheck with these rowdy friends of mine. And a way of life that's loveless, I'll tell it to you straight. Beneath this neon rainbow, I don't hesitate, 'cause I'm up here wailing for cash. I'm putting on a show and I'm trying to make a splash for those who might be jonesing for a country smash. I'm up here wailing for cash for those who might be jonesing for a country smash. Well, I'm up here wailing for cash.
I like it. I love when you do. Can you do that part one time? When you do I was going to play it again, but I won't because I want you to sit right.
You want me to do the vamp?
You know, like when you do that, I'm not going to do it live. I want you. You know what I'm talking about? That Cajun swing piece in there. That I almost did it. I'm not going to do it. We're live.
Well, I'm in a hotel. If I do it, I'm gonna have about 42 people run out in the hallway. Yeah.
All right, I'll get it out of you after. So everybody tonight on Patriots Inside the Wire, Two-Step Tribe, we've had a great show. I love blending the show together. Uncle Rhino's got a tribe full of between, if it's Texas, if it's Florida, wherever that might be, blend that into all of us who are independent. Miss Gloria here taking on 100 meter scream, getting that to run in the digital era of what music is today is something that we all need. It's like an ER doctor. So I think that's about the best description right there. And to me, my doctor's Uncle Rhino. I don't know what y'all think about that, but for right now, Uncle Rhino's the doc. Uncle Rhino in the house.
I mean, everybody got to walk it off and rub some dirt in it.
Well, there's another song, y'all. That's right.
There is.
Before I keep
Tomorrow night we've got Howard County from Texas. We've got Intellect from Washington D.C. He's actually a hand-to-hand combat trainer for Navy SEALs, and he's a hip hop artist. And we have Silent Sounds from Chicago, Grammy nominee on Thursday with Bad Boy Leroy, Pride of East Texas. So Bad Boy Leroy is very Southern rock, country and Southern rock. And we'll have him on the same show with the hip hop DJ and producer from Chicago, Silent Sound. So and the reason is a lot of people don't see it. They don't look through this lens. But for me personally, Central America is America. South America is America. The Bahamas and the Caribbean are America. Canada is America. And so people don't understand that we're all Americans. And you have the United States, which is part of America, but America is all these other regions. And a lot of folks don't realize that our music is unique for the whole rest of the planet here, because everyone from everywhere else came here and brought their music with them. And when it came here, we all mixed together, the people, so did the music, so did the instruments. And not only did we become a country that was the only one of its kind, but so was our music. And it's all uniquely American music. And so that's why, for me, it's the most natural thing. I love bringing the hip hop in with the rock, and I love bringing the rock in with Southern rock and bluegrass and country, and then Texas swing, all the different genres, and folk and Americana, because it's all American music. And I'm proud of all of it, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Well said.
You've said it better. I love it. Tonight on Patriots Inside the Wire, Two-Step Tribe. I have a song for you that I'm not going to play on the air, Uncle Rhino, or 100 Meter Screens or Gloria, but we can play it after. It's Silent Sounds, by the way. Shout out to Silent Sounds. He will be on Thursday, and I will definitely make sure, so I know he's watching. I am making sure that they hear this song, especially Uncle Rhino, because, well, I'll tell you off air. So you're going to have to tune in on Thursday if you want to see what he did to it. But he has a question for Uncle Rhino, and everyone does. So thank you for joining Patriots Inside the Wire. Two-Step Tribe tonight. Stand by as we roll out. Do not go anywhere. All of you here tonight, thank you for being with us. Thank you, 100 Meter Screen. Thank you, Gloria. Please do not go. I will be right back.
Share, subscribe.
This has been a Patriots Inside the Wire production. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Two-Step Tribe, where you, the viewer, are always the rock star of this show. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We cannot do this without you. Your uncle says so, and you are loved and appreciated. Sergeant Two-Step, sign us out. Let's load up and roll out.